231. 231. Oh boy. Hello and welcome to tonight's episode of The Witness Guild. My name is Mike Steiger. I'm replacing the blurry guy from last week. Set up our cameras a little different. Sorry things keep changing. We're trying to feel it as, we get older with this. You'll see a lot of changes, so just bear with us. Here on the Witness Guild, we tell stories of wonder and woe through the eyes and ears and stories of communal type, different DMs at different times. Right now, I'm the current guild master, if you will. Before we get started, I think we have to acknowledge a couple people, if I'm not mistaken. Topher, do you want to take that?
Sure. So there's a couple people who reached out to us on Instagram, so we're just going to kind of shout them out. The first guy is Visertion's Shop, who makes leather dice-shaped bags. On Etsy, we ordered ours. We're excited to get it eventually. Legends for Hire, which are these like GMs that you can actually hire to play with you.
I want to hire somebody.
Yeah, they hit us up and we're like, yo, if you need anyone to play, let us know. So yeah, very cool. We don't, but thank you. And then this place called Drag and Drop on Instagram. They do like 3D map builders, so if you play like Roll20, something like that. And they do like map building contests and giveaways. They also reached out to us and asked to do a map building contest, and I said politely that we are very busy. But thank you. And then lastly, _and_only_comics, or Brian Judge on Instagram. He's a graphic designer. He reached out to us too and was like, yo, I will do some graphic design stuff for you. And I was like, cool. Appreciated. We have somebody at the moment, but appreciated, and maybe eventually.
Baby Pink Cactus, follow her on Instagram.
But yes, outside of that, we're trying to get better with our audio and our video. So hopefully it gets better weekly. Yeah, and that's it, man.
That's it? Alright, anybody else, anything else? And we got a good by the ways. I just want to say thank you to our lovely producer, Anna Wheatley, who has been helping us out get through a lot of these technical issues and alleviate some of the pressures from Matthew so he doesn't have to click on the screens and stuff. Who else? Oh, our director of photography, creative director of photography, Brendan Downing, who has been infinitely helpful through this process and through support. Is there anyone else that has anything else? I think that's it. We're good to go. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and start this tale of last week. We'll take care of that later. Let's get into this week's version of Wonder and Woe. 2.0. As we open the gates of madness to the Witness Guild.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh. Alright guys, so last week we apologize dearly. We had some technical difficulties. We'll get into the reasons why in here in a second. But last week, you guys had gone through the motions of getting in contact with the captain of the watch, relaying some information to her. You guys went around town talking to different members of Goodfellow and trying to get what information you could about the Yagigama to try and track it down. Thus far, they've pretty much pointed you towards the forest in an indefinite way. And as we were parting, or getting ready to part for the evening, Luca and Odette had gone into the local hospital and talked to a couple of the orderlies, or one of the orderlies, and through a series of questionable decisions on players' parts, tried to deceive them by being a child, which was cool. They had summoned the guards, and you guys had just turned invisible after interrogating a young human girl named Mary. when our internet cut out. And that is not our fault, it's not Cox's fault. We appreciate everybody who's working hard to keep us connected during this shit show pandemic. But that is where we will pick up tonight. DJ, I really love the flowery music.
Turn it down.
But we could use, like, you know, maybe some schoolhouse stuff. I don't DJ yet. I don't have one of those. So, as you guys have turned invisible, the kids are bum rushing a particular window. After somebody in the crowd shouted Sheraz and pointed in a direction. The guards have drawn their weapons and are looking around curiously for the giant half-horse that was in the room and is no longer in the room. What do you guys want to do?
So we're in the hallway now, right?
And we are invisible.
Yep.
Are there, like, where are the guard at? Where are we
Okay.
located?
So the hallway that you're standing in is probably about 10 feet wide, and all the way down there are doors that kind of branch off into either rooms or, you know, maybe into other parts of the building that lead deeper into storage units or God knows what at this point. They're peppered. There's probably about 4 doors on either side before you get to the main foyer of the hospital. The guards are behind you, so they're between you and the main entrance exit. They're not in any kind of formation. They haven't, like, created like a barrier wall or a line, but they all have extremely confused looks on their face. Some of them suspicious, some of them looking attentive, like they're trying to see something that isn't there.
So they are, so they're behind us. So if we turn around, there's someone between us and the door.
Yes.
Cool. Ready?
Yes.
We become uninvisible, and
The guards take a step back.
Luca is gonna say, "Whew, that was some great questioning. We got a lot of answers. Sorry, guys, didn't mean to throw you off."
We are not here to fight. We don't want to cause trouble.
The orderly
We were just
in the
trying to
corner is
help.
like looking around, like curiously, like, what is that little girl at?
Oh, one moment, and then I shed back, be like, "Ha ha! Sorry."
Right. Okay. Well, Captain or Lieutenant, and you see one of the guards kind of like lowers his weapon, doesn't like put it away, but lowers it and approaches you slowly. We're going to this. You'll come with us.
Sure.
So you have to be like that.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
Understood. And then
And we go with them with no issues.
no
You,
issues whatsoever.
You are led out of the hospital and down through the gardens to the fort, where you are put into a cell. And after about 20 minutes or so,
Whoa.
We're going to a
you're
cell.
put into a cell,
whoa.
'cause there's
We had no
issue.
time to.
First off,
explain
well,
ourselves.
yeah, there
We're
was what?
speeding through this,
What
so you
happened?
can hear it. They just put you in a cell. They're not being mean. They don't take any of your things from you. They just put you in a cell.
Okay.
And after about 15-20 minutes, you see the captain of the guard, Christy, comes walking by and just like stops and puts her arm up against the bars of the cell and looks through. We don't. Oh God, that's the wrong answer.
You're getting there. You'll get it.
We'll get it. Yeah, we don't have somewhere in. No, that's a little
It's
more.
a French
I thought you said it was
Irish.
Christy.
French
It's like
Irish.
French,
Yeah.
Irish.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not so high pitchy.
Really well, yeah.
You'll get there. Just talk.
Right, we don't have laws for impersonating children, but maybe next time you use a little bit more upfrontness, would you say?
Well, I mean, if you've seen me, I'm not the greatest thing to look at, especially from a child's perspective.
No, and that is fine. I'm just telling you, as you move forward, maybe talk to the people who are in charge of the children and let them know what your intentions are, so I don't have to keep coming and dealing with your mess.
Sorry, we just
Online.
wanted to have a little talk with the kids, and we thought it'd be easier if we were on their level. Well, if she was on their level.
Totally understand. She reaches down, grabs a set of keys, and just like slides it into the lock, just and opens the door. On your way then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I curtsy.
You guys are outside the fort. You guys have all probably at this point finished your conversations with your respective interested parties. What do you guys want to do?
I think we met up at Stanley's. Remember they came into the door with us? So.
And I believe that conversation had
Yeah.
come to a close.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do? I'd say at this point you're probably standing outside the main admin and classroom building that makes up the university.
Have you guys seen Odette and Luca anywhere?
No.
Last I saw, they were out here meditating.
At the university, last place. That's when I saw him.
Right. Where we are currently.
For time frame's sake, given our 20 minutes and us talking, where would they be at?
So all the things that happened that transpired
Yeah.
while you were inside the hospital and getting there, and that whole probably took about an hour and 15 hour and a half, excuse me. This lot probably had about the same amount of time with their respective encounters, and so you're probably walking out of the fort about the same time they're walking out of the buildings.
Okay, I'm gonna hop on Odette.
Yeah, we'll make our way to them.
You guys have anything that you want to do in particular?
I'd like to go find, go investigate these waterfalls where this guy jumped.
Ooh, yeah, I think it was the same thing.
Is it,
I want to find more about this little water bending
what time
cat.
is it?
It's, oh god, I have to remember time. I would say the sun has probably passed its zenith, and you can see there's quite a bit of activity in the world right now. It's not quite to the point where you'd be worried about, how late are we going to be outside, but
Do we know how long it's going to take us to get to the waterfalls?
they told you it's somewhere between 3 and 4 days.
Yeah, they told us it's a couple day trip. We need to
It's a hike.
kind of prepare, I think, if we.
Didn't we think it would be a good idea to try and find Sheraz's campsite, or the campsite where you found the book?
I don't know if we want to go back there.
Well, if that's where Sheraz was last at, maybe there will be more clues there. Now that we know what we know, we might have a trained eye and know better what to look for. I just don't see why he would be tied to a place where he was supposed to die 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
What do you want from me?
I would be interested.
What do you want from me?
I would be interested
here.
to see what's
We'll
the
fix
bottom
this.
of the waterfall. That's what I want to see.
I'm not opposed to going
same.
anywhere. I'm just saying that
I would say about this point, you guys hear the soft coconut slaps of Odette.
is that her job now?
Coconut slaps.
She's not, we can't put her in charge of that. That's too much, dude.
Not quite.
I bet you I could have had that other box. I bet you I could.
There they are. Hello, ladies.
Don't even get us started. We got ourselves arrested, freed,
What?
but we're good to go. We're not in trouble.
What did you
we
do?
were just trying to find some answers.
Oh.
Shit went down, but we're good.
Did someone cause any trouble? Did you have to rough someone up to get answers?
No.
No.
Where was this at?
So that you got arrested getting answers, but no one was giving you any trouble about these answers?
What answers did you get?
Well, we found out. We went to look for answers about the kids, Jeremy and Sarah. We found out that they were actually really not supposed to be in the orphanage because they didn't open it yet. But Jeremy and Sarah snuck into the orphanage because they wanted to find their rooms first. And they were in the orphanage when the Yagigama attacked.
I feel like that makes sense with everything else we've heard. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sheraz, the guy we saw just the other day, apparently people think he's been dead for 2 or 3 years.
Sex
The
with
guy that
dead
we
people.
saw just recently?
Well, maybe it's someone impersonating Sheraz at this point. We can't be really sure, but it's at least the same species of person, from what I understand.
Yeah, he likes to, doodle the
Sex with dead people.
doodle the dead.
Doodle the dead?
Yeah.
Doodle dead.
No, I think she means sex.
Yeah.
Sheraz is having sex with dead people?
Sex with dead people.
I feel like that should be a no-no word from now on. I don't think we should say that.
Necrophilia.
That feels a lot better.
Necrophilia.
So,
Wow.
great, 2 years, but we just saw him.
Right.
You
and
literally saw him.
the prevailing theory is that someone is impersonating him, or I think maybe he escaped death altogether. But at this point, we don't really know.
Necromancer.
Maybe someone brought him back.
So how are they saying he died?
Well, he was executed by being thrown over a waterfall.
Is there a way he could have lived the fall?
Doesn't seem likely.
Necromancer.
They all tell us no, but
I've seen
you
crazy things
guys
in this
saw
world.
him, he
I don't
saw
know.
him.
I mean, we could go check this place out, but I highly doubt that he's still going to be there. We could just go to the last known location of the Yagigama in the forest.
Well, we don't know exactly where the Yagigama
I mean,
went
we could
in the
track
forest.
it.
I
We
know
just-
the last known point.
That's
And I'm a pretty decent tracker.
So maybe we can
That
check out the
sounds-
waterfall and then do the Yagigama?
I like
I'm
that
assuming
idea.
you
Last
guys
known
are-
location and then tracking it from there sounds like our best lead.
I'm assuming you guys are walking at this point from
Yes.
just standing in front of the university.
Right.
The aimless wanderings that you guys have taken at this point in this, trying to divulge and share and pass, you guys find yourself standing in the center of one of the streets of the trade ward. And there's a couple different shops that line this area. There's a fish market, there's a florist. What catches your eye most, though, is two people that seem to be arguing. There's a rather burly-looking bugbear that is kind of like pointing at a cart that's right behind him, and a short, squat gnome, very chubby, bright pink cheeks, and like long black hair that's pulled into a tight ponytail. And you hear the gnome go, "What do you mean? What do you mean? This is the best you could find me. What do you mean? This is not the best you could find me. I have told you before, if you bring me this shit again," and the bugbear kind of like, "How am I supposed to help you when this is the best we can do? I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with Forest. You tell me what's wrong with Forest. You want me to hunt you food? I hunt you food. I bring you food. You're not happy. What is wrong with you? I don't want to hear your fucking excuses. Alright? You get back out there and you find me some decent shit. Now get out of here before I call the gods on you." And you see the bugbear just turns around and grabs, it looks like it's a mace, maybe a little less nice of a piece of equipment. And you see him turn around with it in his hands. And there's this moment where you have this gut-wrenching feeling of oh fuck, he's about to bash that thing's head in. And he takes the mace and snaps it over his knee, clean in half, and just throws the pieces on the ground and turns and grabs the cart. It's like a little hand trolley that he can. It might be, for somebody that's maybe of your physique, it might be a pretty heavy pull, but for him, he just kind of drags it behind him. And you can see there's a blanket or maybe a sack canvas blanket draped over the back of this cart, and you can see hanging out there's a paw of some sort of dead animal.
How far away are we?
You guys are about 150, 100 feet away, somewhere in there.
I think he's worth going and talking to.
I think he's worth following and not talking to.
Maybe he knows more about the forest than we do.
You don't. Okay, guys, everyone in this town has been more than helpful.
I
feel like just being straightforward and talking.
I don't know if that's too helpful to go talk to this gentleman.
If we can help him get his
If someone
hunting
talks
ground,
to me like that, I'm bashing him in the goddamn
How
head.
fresh.
He's pretty obedient. I would.
if we can help him get his hunting grounds back into order, I think we'd be good friends with him.
How fresh does the corpse look?
You can't really see the full body of the corpse. There's just it looks like a white, small. In the hands of Luca, it might be a large cat or
I just have a really strong feeling that we need to be in the forest. Somehow.
I have a strong feeling he's going to the forest, and
But why do you want to stalk him? What if he ends up finding us? Then we have to explain, hey, why were we stalking you?
Someone just go talk to the man.
Yeah, why can't we just talk?
Then follow.
Sure.
Give it a go. You're better than us.
I'm gonna run up behind him.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Are you trying
And
to?
I'm not going to. I'm like, "Ooh, what does the little gnome want you to find? What does he think?
I'm gonna pretend to catch up, but
And
not
kind of
really, like,
What is he expecting you to bring back? I've been in this forest many times.
Is that you talk me?
This is always me talking to you.
Are you one who speaks to me at night?
Ooh, yeah, this is me. Maybe I am. I used to live in the.
My voice sounds so different.
It's
You
because,
come to dreams. You have not come lately. Why not?
it's because I love you. It's because I need you.
Strange way to show love.
You are finding yourself right now. Right?
Yeah.
These are hard times. Why would I want to bother
Very
you
hard
in the
times.
street?
You believe the gnome back there. He tells me I'm no hunt for him.
I've been in the forest many times. That's what I'm asking. What is he asking you to
You
hunt?
know what's wrong with these? And he like grabs the blanket and rips it off, and you see there are a variety of different trapped animals. It looks like they are small game, like rabbits. There's one ferret, and you can see like just a variety of different like ground creatures or tree creatures. Not like an elk or anything like that. But the thing that surprises you the most out of them is to see these black lines. These it's like almost like the root of a tree, but it's the fur itself. It's not like there's an superimposed object on it. It's just like this pattern that seems to come out of each of the eyes of the creature. And there's black roots that seem to just trace back from the skull or from the eye socket that start wrapping around the back of the skull.
Do I recognize these?
Yeah, does it look
Do
like
is this something that I would know? Is this
Make
something-
an Arcana check for me.
Same.
You're not there. You're trying to catch up, but you're not.
I walked
So
away.
wait,
What
what
I
about
would assume that
what's
was a
my-
pretty
what
long
would-
conversation.
What's my plus on
150
this?
feet.
Do I have
Anybody
a
that
plus
wants
or
to
no?
make an Arcana check, go ahead and make it now.
Is that this might be a stupid question. Is that going to be a skill? Is that going to be?
Yeah.
a
That's not a stupid question. There are no stupid questions in D&D.
I hit
Except for can I disguise myself?
I hit a
as strong?
13.
13.
That's pretty fucking smart.
It doesn't look healthy, and you can see why the gnome was upset. Like, looking at this, it does not make you want to eat it. Though there are very few things that you're pretty picky eater, so. I would say you get bad vibes from it, on the whole.
Where did you find the animals, if you don't mind me asking?
I go to forest like I always do, and I hunt my grunts like I always do. But
and I understand this. You are a great hunter. Apparently, if
Of
this
course.
man trusts you, but
we talk every night. You know I'm a great hunter. Come on, you know.
what are
I'm a
you
great
hunting in the same? So how big is your hunting areas that you're hunting?
Oh, he's maybe like 100 acres at most.
And these things that's close to it that
Well, these
You don't
ones here,
necessarily
and he
trust.
points at 5 in particular, and like he moves them aside. These 5, and each one has the same tree dark print on its face. He moves them aside, and underneath you can see there are some seemingly untainted ones. These ones here come from little area where old campsite found. I told you about old campsite. There's arrows sticking out of tent, and the whole thing is just brutalized. It is like somebody left in hurry or was burgled.
I have seen this one, but do you hunt close to the waterfalls? Is that part of your hunting ground?
No, I'm afraid of heights.
What about underneath? I heard that there's a lot of maybe a lot of wildlife that would be at the bottom of this.
Yes, but the walk down is so.
Steep.
It's not my cup of tea.
Are there anything? I mean, I've hunted the ground before, or I hunt around the area. Is there
You
anything?
hunt too.
I'm always hunting.
Oh.
I hunt the people. I hunt my own people.
Why do we not talk about hunting?
We can talk about the hunting. We will come with you.
Oh, you come.
Listen,
Can
whatever
we hear this conversation?
I'm assuming you guys aren't trying to be stealthy. And
Yeah, I
walked
walked
up.
I walked
Yeah.
up.
I walked
Hey,
up.
whatever we kill, you can give to the gnome. Will you show us where you hunt?
Yeah.
We are here to help. Hey, and listen, to hold trust.
Why your skin so cow?
So
Excuse me?
You look like heifer.
Careful.
I
You have
am
beautiful figure, but your skin is
grade A
like
beef, sir.
I believe, but why skin look like you look like kitty cat or cow?
I turn myself into a bugbear. I get off of Odette first.
Oh yes, please.
I get off of Odette.
Well, is this not surprise? You travel with magic bugbear. You
Yeah.
doing anything lately? Yes, come to hunting grounds. I like this. I like this much.
Quick question here. Have you noticed any particular strange, like, tree falls or, like, large creatures maybe looking like tracks? Things that look out of the norm?
I see no tracks, but yes, there is fungus, like carpet, grows everywhere. I've never seen it before, but yes, I show you if you like.
Yes.
It's near where I found.
What color is this fungus?
It's a bright blue.
I'm gonna pull out my book real quick and write in there. You say that you were told about a campsite in your dreams.
No, I found a campsite. I told my dream friend that these campsite I found. We talked about this before, yeah?
We have seen the campsite.
Yes, we have seen the campsite.
And you said the normal animals came from the area around the campsite.
No, these one, and he pulls out one of the rabbits. You want?
No.
And you can see, like, looking at it, it's really gross. The eyes seem to be shrunken back, like they're a little dehydrated. And for something that was killed within the last day or two, this is a little advanced state of decay.
So these were around the campsite.
It's around the area. I don't know, maybe they ate fungus. I didn't think much of it, but, like, you know, weird things happen in forests, you know what I mean?
That sounds like a really good working theory.
Oh, it's great.
The animals that do have the decay and that have the patterns on their face, is the pattern identical from animal to animal, or is there variations?
It's variation. It looks more like...
So it's not consistent. just
No,
kind of
it's
like
it's not like there was like a hot iron stuck on his face that had like that shape on it. It was more of like a
Just
like
like
a
a
natural
natural
growth
Okay.
of sorts. But it's not like anything that you could peel off. It looks to be part of their fur, or maybe it's burned underneath the skin. You're not really sure.
Was the animals easier to kill? Would you say they are more
I
complacent?
found them in snares. It's not. I don't know. I don't know if they struggle. Animals beneath us. Let's be honest. They're not as feely as we are.
But you look like someone who could hunt the live animals. So
Yeah,
this
you
is
seem
why I
like
asked.
quite the intellectual yourself.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
You flattery, great way to earn friends. Yes. You are all nice.
You said that there is blue blood.
Blue blood.
Blue blood? From
No. Where's blue blood?
Fungus?
Blue fungus. Yeah.
Fungus. Yes, the fungus.
noted.
It's a mungus. You know what I mean?
Not
Is
endorsed.
that a Pokemon reference?
Fungus Among Us.
I
That's
suggest a clinic.
19.
There is an evolution of Pokemon.
Nirvana.
It's fungus
Thank you.
among us.
That's a Nirvana.
That's not
album.
actual.
Nirvana?
Right.
No. That was wrong. I am
Incubus.
sorry. Incubus.
Incubus.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God, my 90s references are fucked up right now, guys.
Do you have any
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Hot 2012 memes off the press for us?
Oh, dude, I got some. They're on deck, don't you
Any
worry.
like Blink 182 jokes and
Yeah.
stuff?
I wasn't sure not touching something.
Luca changed back into her normal form.
Yeah, I think this is a great track. Let's go with this. What is your name?
Oh, my name is not pulled up on spreadsheet right now, but give me 1 second.
Surprise, motherfucker!
He's got the 2012 meetings now.
Yeah.
Hey, Dokes.
Huh?
Dokes.
You got
From
it, Debbie.
Dexter.
Gold star.
Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Okay.
I just want to say, Fan, I told you so.
Ish.
We don't have any commercials, so instead I'll tell you a fun fact about some of our crew.
Some of our crew.
What a segue.
Debbie, at the age of 7, or sorry, read that wrong. Debbie, at the age of 11, could read 7 languages.
Just read.
And write. Oh, and I actually said write and speak. I don't even know why I said read. But from 11 to 15, she worked for the government, translating for spies on missions in the Middle East for kids.
Undercover work, dude. You're about to blow her cover, man. That's
Yeah.
so.
Oh,
That is so uncool of you, bro.
retired now. You know?
Retired.
50 years. That's when you get to
That's why I have time to do this. I'm
unpack these
retired.
dossiers.
There's a
Yeah,
straight
there
up
it
hit on
Mark on the back of her head.
random knocks, random phone calls.
I didn't even say that.
See a red
Driving-
dot on the wall.
Driving down the freeway, just gone, dude. Just
She
gone.
gets a bunch of phone calls with the voices from our streams from all over the country. All of Mike's personas come out. 13 Russian accents.
Hey. Fabio Heinz at your service.
Fabio.
Fabio?
Ooh, yes.
That's an awesome name,
Yes.
Fabio. I like that.
Ketchup. Heinz, sorry. That was a bad joke.
Oh, I was like, she knows the word, or he knows the word ketchup?
No, that was Devin. That was
That was my wife's humor. Yeah. Top notch.
It really, it had relevance. It was well timed. It was good.
Nobody got it.
At this moment in time, Matthew, I respect your wife more than you because you kind of pussied out on golf on Thursday. I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
lie.
god.
Yeah.
It was 120. It was 120. We couldn't hit balls in a straight line.
Who said it had anything to do with heat?
That's what it was made to seem like. It was 120.
No.
Either way,
following
I was
the
busy.
you
bugbear?
guys follow the bugbear, who gladly.
So Chris is just telling lies, I see.
I did not tell
Back to
them.
business. Back to business.
Who gladly
I
and
wasn't
briefly
going
tells
because
you
it's 120.
all about the last 2 days of his life. And seems to have this working theory or idea that you may or may not have definitely nudged along in your conversation, that you are someone who visits him in the night in his dreams on a regular basis.
Which is weird.
Has he asked you your name
That's
yet?
weird.
Does he know the name of his dream friend?
He's not asked any of you.
Dream
Cool, awesome.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not a problem for me.
Inside check.
that's it. Intellectual.
Don't make me do this, Mike. At least if I get the bad rolls out now.
Oh my goodness
Take a
gracious.
nat one. I'm
Great
sure I have
balls
more
of
than that. I'm sure
one.
it's probably a 5.
He's like, man,
You start to realize after just toning him out for 30 minutes straight, and just doing the husband oh, okay. You come back and he's still talking, and you're just like, who is this guy? But can't do much more than that. You guys walk and walk and walk and walk, and the whole time he is just.
And as he's
gladly
walking, I'm gonna ask him
happily.
if he has seen other elves. Like random maybe fighter elves. Maybe a group of 6.
You
6 or so.
I see in forest, I see golden elf is most amazing thing. He walks through trees, but it's so difficult to catch up to you. Chase him and he's magic.
you said he was gold?
Golden, yes. He's like a shining ray of sun walking through a forest, but nothing burns.
Would I know this golden elf?
I would say from your experiences growing up, no. So you probably.
Nothing he's around. So say he only travels in a pack of 1. There's only 1 elf he's used to.
Yes, I see. Yes, he's just one. He's the elf you look for.
So I'm looking for maybe it's a pack of elves.
Why do you wear goggles? It's not that bright, though.
I have to wear the goggles.
Okay.
This is hidden, right? I am just like you. I am the hunter. You say that you hunt things, right? You want to
Yes,
be,
I am.
you
Well,
want to
trapper is more accurate.
You want to be unseen at times, though, right?
I just leave my snares and come back, and there's a blueberry, and then it grows into a weasel. It's great.
This is not the type of huntings that I usually do, but I respect all hunters, no matter what they do or how
You're the
they
greatest conservationist. I say that.
try. Yes, you are not one who is killed for sport. I am.
No.
I am more of a kill for sport kind.
Yes. Well, that's each their own.
Yeah. Yes, and I agree.
You there? You look wispy. You eat enough. I have plenty of food in cart.
I would take a bite, sure.
Yes, and he reaches back.
As long as it doesn't have any black marks on it. I thought
You
that
see him
might
kind of
be.
fish around, grab him out.
Yeah.
It's just a rabbit. It's a white rabbit, very simple. The eyes are shrunken back a little bit, but he just grabs it by the shoulders, rips the head off, and hands you the skull. You suck eyes out. It's good. And he puts the rabbit back in the.
I'm gonna
the
save
body
this
of
for
it.
later. Thank you.
It's good protein.
Okay. I'll just hold on to it for now.
Where are you
walking.
from? Why are you
We're
so
walking,
skinny?
right?
Yeah, you guys are all walking. This
Alright,
is
as
all
we're walking, I just tripped.
Make a
There you
insight
go.
check.
Alright, new dice, new
That's
dice,
it.
new dice.
While we're walking, I'm gonna try to just drop
Slide
them.
in.
Drop it.
Oh yeah, 21. I made this.
Got it.
I'm gonna go back and pick up what he dropped.
No problem. You just tail behind for a second, pick it up. You're only a few steps behind. You manage to pawn it like right by your hip and just like, boop, and like he's no wiser. Fabio continues on with his conversation. He seems to just be excited to be around other people right now. He's giving you all the oogles. He's very interested.
Are you still a bugbear?
No, I changed back.
Okay.
Still oogling you.
Because I'm a heifer.
Oddly. Sounds good. You guys make it through the better part of the day. The sun kind of starts peeking down over the ocean. Yes, sunset's in the east here. So you guys see on the horizon, back towards Goodfellow, you can see the sun starting to set. It's getting a little bit chilly, but not like, it's still springtime, so these aren't very cold nights. You guys will be fine. Make a campfire. He kind of pulls you off to the side, and there seems to be this divot on the side of the road that you're traveling on, which has predominantly been heading northwest from the city. There's a little divot in the road that seems to be just this natural low-lying alcove. The gentle rolling hills around you are covered in this short grass that's probably only about a foot tall. And you can hear, as the wind just passes over, you can hear the slight just... this little alcove sits about maybe a foot or two below the average elevation around here. And just east of you, you can see this beginning of what would be a series of small hills with more rocky terrain to them, and they build up as they travel west, and you can see the elevation rises, and there's pockets where it's lower, and you can see there's been like natural carving outs of elements over time, but it starts building up into the mountain chain of the forest that neighbors Goodfellow.
Is this the last location I saw with my Skyrim?
Shrine?
Shrine?
Shrine? It's okay, I said Nirvana.
Shiny.
Shiny?
Shrine? You got the
My
shrine.
magical orb.
No.
It's
But
not?
it's not. But based on where that was at and where you're at, you're probably further north by far. Like that was probably closer to where the city was at. And you guys have walked about a half day, quarter day from the city at this point.
So we're walking away from the last known place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I tell Odette, we may want to be careful. We may actually be heading towards the Yagigama.
Okay.
Are we all separated, kind of going to sleep?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, are we still hiking?
I'm just
No.
asking.
He pulls into this alcove. It's probably about a 12-foot just bubble on the side of the road. And in the center, there's a black scorch mark. There's a couple pieces of tinder and a lot of ash in the middle of it. He sits back, kind of puts his cart down, grabs a pack off of it, throws it on the ground, sits back up against it, and pulls out a flask. And
Ooh.
anybody want something to drink?
Oh, shit.
Well played.
Yes, please, I'll take one. But what do you got?
He's one of the best dwarven ales in the region.
You said
You know
dwarven
what?
ales.
Dwarven ale
I will
is the
take
best.
a dwarven ale in a heartbeat, sir.
I as well would like that. That sounds delicious.
It's in his hand, it's a pretty average looking flask. It's, when he holds it, it's comparable to maybe a large flask. When you guys hold it, except you, when you hold it, it looks average. When you guys hold it, it's pretty damn big. And it probably holds about maybe 6 pints at this point. It's a hefty flask, and it's made out of very hardy. It looks like some sort of stone. But if anybody wants to make a check, we'll see.
I
he
do.
passes it
I want
around.
to check.
Make a nature check for me.
Yeah, as it hits your lips, just take a lick on it and see what kind of material it is.
Little.
That
A little.
I love these dice. That's another 21.
I'm gonna go ahead and say your rated dice.
Or-
Your dice are weighted.
Dice are rated.
No.
Looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
it, you
He's got a card.
fold it over in your
That's
hands,
right.
and it is a
Another.
very smooth stone feel to it. But as you kind of like lean it up against the light, you can see this slightly dim reflection. And then as you go up towards where the cap was at, it looked like he had to spin something off, and you can see there are threads around the top, and the threads are extremely well polished from years of abuse. This is an adamantine flask that seems to be coated in something, God knows what.
A what flask?
Adamantine. It's one of the most rare metals,
Okay.
at least in D&D.
I kind of.
How did you come across something like this? Where did you find this?
Oh, his gift. His gift from your friend. He bring it to me at night. I wake up. It's in my lap. It's so nice.
Hey, buddy. Hey,
What the fuck?
I would like one of these.
Dude.
So I have traveled to I have collected many things over my travels.
What?
What do you mean?
This
Are
I've
you
been
visiting
around.
this young man?
I have been around the world.
Yes, he
Oh,
visits me. I told you this already. You did not know he's one of your friends. You
I
guys
know
are
you-
such tight-knit group. You guys don't know where he goes at night?
No, he's actually pretty mysterious.
I write in my book.
You're all
What
mysterious.
is your dream friend's name,
Keep
sir?
you with him?
He has no name.
He
He
has
tells
no
me
name.
name. I don't need to ask him. We are friends. Who needs names?
I do not see. This is something that I have traveled to too many places, and I have fought many things that collect.
You also fight?
That are rare.
Fascinating. What is best fight you've been?
This depends on what you
I
are.
always want to fight. Are you mercenaries?
I cannot speak for
Adventurers?
the, I cannot speak for the others.
Just travelers? Just regular
At
travelers?
this point, we're just a group of nomads, I feel. Don't really have a purpose
Yeah,
yet.
nomads is a good term.
I need no man.
I just pull
I
out
have
my
this
paintbrush and wiggle it.
It's very nice. It looks like rubber when you do that. It's amazing.
Bitch, no, me, no.
How you do that? You are all magic. This is great. She turns into bugbear. You have rubber paintbrush. Let me see.
I have you.
And you just, like you see him sitting there like flexing on it, and it's like it's getting close. Magic. So you want to go forest? Why go forest?
Have you heard about the attack that happened?
I heard there was some sort of scuffle. Yes, I was out of town.
It was a little more than a scuffle. There was a full-on attack in the orphanage, which I built myself barehanded. I'm very strong.
I thought I built some orphanage there.
What?
You built other orphanage. Or
The
one
one that
next to hospital.
Yeah.
I built orphanage that ended.
I don't.
I was part of the working team. I must see you there.
I was definitely there. I was in. Yeah, okay, here's the thing. I'm a building manager, so I was actually the one designing and telling people what to do. So
But you've been
An
telling us this
architect.
whole
Yeah.
time. You built it.
Yeah, you built it with your bare
hands.
hands.
are you guys really trying to call me out right now in front of him?
Yes.
I mean, you did say you built it with your.
I
He's
did
architect.
What's
Who
the-
needs? He
what's
basically
the true
builds
story
with bare
here?
How
hands.
when you make the drawings, how do you do it? You do it with your bare hands.
Could you draw us something?
Oh
I
man.
have bare hands.
Sure. I want to know.
I just think.
Guanapo, do you have some paper that I could borrow,
Parties?
You don't have to give him.
please?
Parties.
You gotta pay her for it.
Him.
You gotta pay him for
My
it.
gosh.
How much?
Third episode.
How Freudian can we get?
He just points like, show me what you got.
I would suggest nothing less than 2 gold.
I'm too poor for this. It's not worth it.
Okay.
You'll have to take my word for it.
He just opens up his scrap journal that he writes and then he tears out a back page for you.
Oh, thank
Not
you
quality,
very much.
but
Roll d20.
Is it a performance check?
Roll d20. 10 and under, something bad happens.
Yo,
They're waiting.
They're weighted.
that is a strong 2.
And they're waiting.
As soon as she hands it off to you, you
He-
have this
he-
impulsive, like, fuck this, and you just tear it in half.
Yeah. He.
What is up with you and tearing Guanapo shit?
I won't.
So as he tears it, I'm gonna pull the bugbear aside.
I just sign my
Yes.
book and I walk away from him.
Oh, I help you.
Yeah,
he
the-
handed me a piece of trash. I don't.
The
What?
next one's
When
gonna
I
cost
come to you
you
in the
3
dreams,
gold.
I'll be honest with you. It's something
That's
that
fair.
obviously you know I'm not with you real time, right? It's almost like a voice, a transcendence.
Oh,
You know?
it's more magic. You magic
So,
too.
so you know this, right? So I'm not actually there with you physically. So what is the? You're not there. You're not there.
She did
not
say
there.
pull him aside.
What is the last thing? This is the last time I came to you. Sometimes I don't remember. I'm not going to. I'll be honest with you. You're not the only persons that I talk to. What is the last things that we spoke about? What?
And
What
you
do you
said
remember?
you have other friends. It's okay. You don't need to be
But
apologetic.
you understand. I
It's
know. I want you to feel like I'm part of with you. But
Yes.
what is the last things that we spoke about?
Well, I believe last time we spoke, we sat in Glen. You remember Glen with the nice little pond, and there was a tiny waterfall, little trickle stream from Big River. You remember?
I thought you said you do not like to go by Zapata.
No. The water is fine. I don't like heights. I'm afraid. You know, when you stand so high up here,
But I asked-
everything is different
is this
for
the
you.
Glen-
Like you're
is this-
shorter, so I'm like extra high.
Yes.
It's very
This
intimidating.
is true. What was I thinking? So, but this is not by Zapata Falls, right?
No. Waterfall is, and you see him kind of like looking around for a second. That way. Waterfall is that way.
Is the Glen by the?
Probably 3-4 days from here.
Is the Glen by? Is it, okay? So which I've
The
traveled
Glen is
is-
in forest.
So,
You know the forest
Yes,
Glen.
yes. So close.
That Glen.
So closest to
Okay.
the campsite.
Maybe day and a half.
So it's not far, right?
Not terribly far, no.
So when we were at the Glen, what did we speak about last? What was our? Was it an intense conversation or
No,
was
it's,
it just a normal?
I mean, come on. We're never intense with each other. We are always friends. I tell you my secrets. I tell you what I see, and I tell you what I find, and you give me gifts sometimes. It's very nice. You've always been very kind to me.
Yes. I'm trying to remember. It just seems weird that this blue fungus. I know
Hey,
that
do
I
you
don't.
still have ears? Like the ears, you know? Like the. You still
cat.
have fur under there.
Are you talking about the cat ears?
Well, I don't want to call you cat. That is a little derogatory, okay? It's like 753, all right? We need to be a little bit more progressive. It's not something you can just go around calling people cats and be it okay. So, no, I'd not call you cat, but feline-esque. Why not?
I can
Can we hear
tell
this?
Yeah.
No,
I
because I
got
pulled him to the side.
my big elephant ears.
Can I read your lips?
I'll let you make a perception check at disadvantage
Understood.
because it's getting dark out and you guys are more away.
How?
Do you have advantage on reading lips?
It just says that as long as they're speaking in a language that I know,
Uh-huh.
that I can read their lips.
Okay, so yeah, make it a disadvantage.
I want to be honest with you. The ears. I'm not sure what you're talking about. The other,
You have like cute ears and you know like whiskers. It's not very.
I know what you're talking about, but what I want to tell you is that I know that we've met each other, but I probably am not the only one that could come and talk to you, if that makes sense. And the whiskers, I want to let you know that. How long have you lived in the town?
I've lived there 5 years.
Do you remember? You've heard stories of the cats that they killed, correct?
Well, cats are killed all the time. Let's be honest, they're annoying.
And I know that you trapped the cats, but you know what I mean. There was one that lived in the town, very prestigious.
Oh, from the college. Yes. The what they call him? Barson. Nope, that's not it.
This is going to be Sheraz.
Sheraz. Yes. I remember
So
Sheraz.
the cats that you see,
You look kind of like Sheraz, you know.
is this translucent?
No,
Are you saying
you've
that
never- Are you saying you're not cat from dreams?
I'm telling you that I know that I've spoken with you, but I am not. There's no cat under here. That's why I'm curious.
I got a 20.
This is interesting. Yeah, you're reading. I would say you're probably reading his lips
Right.
at this point because
right.
the bugbear is probably back to you.
Right.
You mean tell me you're not friend
I'm
from
the
Dream?
cat. I am from the dream. I do talk to people, but the cat.
So there are multiple dreamers. Multiple.
But I'm telling you that this cat figures that you've seen, right? Can you take us to this glen? Is this where you usually meet him?
It's typically, I mean, he asked me find lots of places.
Does he send you to the places? Does he send you to certain places?
Sends me lots of places. He actually likes it when I find places for him. It's most disturbing. I should start asking names. What's your name?
My name is Konak, I'll be honest with you.
Fabio. It's nice to meet you. Well, new friend, dream friend. New dream friend Konak. He asks me go places, asks me wander and find and search and expand and look, and I find him places and he gives me gifts in return.
Would you say that the places have in common? Are they usually by the water?
Alone, I would say. Far from roads, always wants far from roads, always wants secluded, quiet, usually undiscovered. Such a big place, Heathway. It's mostly unexplored if you're not from around here, and well, basically, the forest is almost ever changing at this point, and so, when you can find a place multiple times over and over again is a good thing to have, so that it's a safe place for sleeping, eating, fishing.
Where is the last place that he asked you to, or that you found for him?
Is the glen. He always takes me to, we meet in dreams, we meet in where I want to show him. Make sense?
I cast message and I say Shepit and I whisper in his ear.
No, hold on. What?
Shepherds?
What is it? What kind of items has he given you? And I'm gonna take. You gave me a golden bracelet before. I'm gonna give him a golden bracelet. And I'm gonna ask him like, what is the last items that Sheraz gave you? What?
Last thing he gave me is flask. It's pretty nice. That is this on my soul. It's quite a bit.
I want to tell you that this is a beautiful flask.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I tried to show somebody the other day, and they say it's a hunk of junk, and I say no, it is adamantine. They told me to go fuck off. So.
What I'm gonna do at this point is I'm gonna pretty much cordially be like, I really appreciate you letting me know. I'm not gonna say my thing, but just give this I really appreciate you letting me know. We should try to go to that glen. I'm gonna see if he says if you don't want to go that way, then we shouldn't.
We go first flight. I don't like traveling. It's dangerous.
I'm gonna pull. So I'm assuming that we'll come back. We'll start our conversation. I'm gonna pull him aside. Big old elephant boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow you guys. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'm pretty much gonna tell the people that are around me that the flask, right? There's an item that travels, right? We know that this thing teleports by items, and pretty much he talks to a cat. Can't tell you it's Sheraz.
He talks to.
He thought I was a cat from the dreams, and I'm gonna tell him that I do not talk in dreams, but he was able to divulge, and I will let you know that the last item that this cat gave him was that flask. Right? So I'm gonna just kinda insinuate to you that he might be giving this hunter items
At night.
He meets with him and they talk, and Sheraz.
Should
I tell him everything that you just heard from the DM. I'm literally relaying you, so he brings him to places.
Yeah.
I want to know what you say though. That's not fair. Being like what he said.
Okay, so I want to tell you that this hunter brings him to secluded places, right? So let's just say it's a hideouts, whatever you want to call it, places
He
where
tell
the
you
cat
what
can
time of day?
This doesn't matter. All we've been told is that an item, right? There's an oracle or a necklace, right?
Right.
He is given items by a cat. We can assume it's Sheraz, but it is ignorant to assume. But coincidence would say he has been giving items. I only know the last one was the flask. He goes into town with the dwarf and drops off shit.
I'm gonna write in my book really quickly because I'm listening to you guys, and I assume I've heard you say that, Sheraz is talking to him through dreams. Alright, if they have some kind of connection, do you think it's possible that Sheraz is spying through him? Can he see through him at all? Or can he see where he's at?
I mean, that could maybe be. I think that we should just.
I told him that
He needs to fall asleep first, and we need to kind of go off. And I think we should just watch him. Do you think he would come at night?
I asked him to take us to the last place that him and he says that he brings Sheraz or finds the places. The last place was the Glen, and the last item given was the flask.
So it might not be here tonight.
I don't know that he will come. It sounds like the trapper finds secluded places for Sheraz to maybe sleep, or to become healthy, or to be close to town but not in town. But I do know that the flask, it seems weird that he's giving him items, right? We know that
I came in like a red.
Our dog just
We
flew
are not
through
allowed
the
to
dog
say
door.
we know that there's items being given. So he says he'll take us to the Glen, and I think that we should go see. He says he likes Vata, right? The Glen has Vata.
Yeah.
But I asked him if all places have Vata. He said no. All the places that he brings them, I tried to see if there was correlation to the Vata, but I don't know. I think it's worth a guess. I still have his trust. As far as dreams go, I do not talk in the dreams. You do not have to worry about this.
No.
You do not start questioning me about
We
the
should probably
dreams.
ask him a couple more questions. He seems pretty open and honest about these things.
He is.
Oddly.
I think that he is honest, but we should find out. Don't want to press him. I think that he could, if he does not help us, if he's not going to bring us to Sheraz, will disappear. It sounds like this thing. If it is Sheraz, he can probably vanish.
Right.
But if we could trap him and figure out exactly what they're looking for,
My concern would be if Sheraz was still out there in this
the cat is out there.
Yagigama, whatever, is not.
The cat is outside. This is not something I am worried about. I'm worried about that he is entrusting items with random travelers that go outside the town. So how many hunters like him have the ability to bring items back into the town?
Right. I feel you. I'm kind of worried about just being around him at night when he has one of these dreams.
I'm gonna walk over, and if you guys are all talking, I'm back. So,
Yeah, I guess we'll all go back.
the dreams with the cat, how often? Very often?
He's
Or what'd
like
you say?
laying on his back now, like staring at the stars.
As they
he's
come
like-
back over, I'm just talking to Luca and Odette, and that was the first time I slept with a total.
That is amazing. How does that work? Like,
Well, if
where
you
are
find-
the parts? Like, does the shell like go all the way underneath, or?
You do need to get a little bit creative, that's for sure. But
Wow.
depending on the total and how they take care of themselves, they have a bit of a natural slime, for lack of a better word. It's quite useful.
Nice.
And my understanding is like some kind of insects. They are bipenal. They got two wieners.
I can confirm.
This conversation is great. Me and Odette are going to take a quick little powdering of our noses. if you will.
Chris's leg hit my leg. I started petting his leg. I thought it was Luna. I swear to God. I literally just pet Chris's
Chris, your
leg.
fucking brother-in-law is like sitting there. You're like, oh my god, this is gonna be a weird Pornhub episode.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Not
Afterwards, you
sponsored.
just hear a.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Harder than a diamond in an eye store.
Wow.
Uh,
Step-brother incest twink XX.
Did the table
just
alpha,
rise
a little bit?
728.
can me and Odette go off and act like we're going using the ladies?
Yeah.
The ladies hole. The
You
ladies
need to
I
rock.
mean, that's not wrong.
Say
Oh,
you
cool.
can do it. No, you can't. You're just kidding.
So, the flask has no magical properties. Based off of what I was looking at from Cognac, there's nothing magical about this.
And it never has been magical.
Nope, just a flask.
Okay.
So I do
Interesting.
not
Great.
think it has anything to do with the rosary or anything like that. So I think we'll be safer tonight.
Okay.
However, it does seem like, potentially based off what I was seeing, is that the big guy over there potentially has some type of dealings with Sheraz. So I'm thinking, I don't know, you tell me if I should turn into Sheraz and see if he knows. But tell him first
Oh.
that I'm changing into him and see if this is the same person. Because we've seen
You wanna
Sheraz.
listen?
I think that'd be a good
no, I'm
idea.
just
Okay.
fucking rant.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
So it's gonna be on the stream now. We're gonna be like doing like sign language.
I'm not like, I'm literally just messing around.
Okay.
I'm making faces.
Okay. We come back.
Great. You want to talk to?
Yeah. You have these cat dreams every night.
No, it's only occasionally. you
Is
know.
it where you're at location wise that you have them, or is it
No,
like
it's
once
you
a
know
week random? Would you say?
pretty spread out. I would say that the variables between events are quite consistent with nothing really. It's more of a like a negative trending. You know, it's like the
Yeah,
more
yeah.
it's like a
Intellectual talk. I get
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yes.
Do you know felines? You see felines?
I think I have bobcat and cart. You want one?
No.
I've
If I
also
show
great.
you a feline, could you maybe take a look at it for me?
You say you turn into bugbear and kitty cat.
I can turn into whatever you want me to,
Oh,
as long as it has two legs.
I've heard great things about turtles recently. So
She too has heard great things about a turtle recently.
Their mating calls are prime.
here it sounds like ah. Here.
I would like to
Again, can confirm.
turn into Sheraz.
Okay. Make a performance check. Okay. Let me pause right there. What do you think Sheraz looks like?
I've seen him.
You've seen a black feline that calls itself Sheraz. Is that what you're turning into?
Well, I'm gonna turn into the Sheraz that we
Okay.
saw at the.
And three
No,
of us
it's
saw, so if it's not quite right, one of us would probably like be able
No,
to help with details.
she's able. Oh God, I'm not Russian. She's able to do that. She's,
Alright.
there's
She's
a
able
limit to
to
that,
do
though,
it.
isn't that?
No.
It's just an unlimited like disguise self.
But the only time that it is limited is when I'm in combat.
Oh,
I see.
That's cool.
But the rest of the time you can just poof,
I
poof,
just
poof.
change into it.
You turn into the Sheraz that you know. It's not quite right.
What's not right?
Well, I don't recognize Scar here. It's not, no. It's not, and your gold stripes gone. Why? You don't know you.
Huh. No gold stripes.
When was the last time you saw this kitty cat in your dreams?
Probably a week ago, if not more.
Okay. So
The
pretty recently. then.
The
Not
Shiraz
a long
does
time
not have
ago.
gold stripes, so she would have gold stripes.
No, we don't know.
Oh,
heard
we've
multiple
heard.
accounts. We've heard that what Shiraz looks like.
So I guess that confirms that there are at least two beings going by the name of Sheraz.
Shiraz
Who
looks
Shiraz is?
Did he say he does or doesn't have gold stripes?
He said that the Shiraz I'm in does not have gold stripes,
Okay.
Or that
and
one.
As is-
The
I
one from his dream apparently does.
don't have a scar, or I do have a scar.
You do.
And that
You
is
have a
correct.
scar
Okay.
on right next to your left eye.
And didn't that one have green in its fur somewhere?
Green eyes.
Green eyes.
What do you think this is? Some sort of made up land where cats can have green fur? What's the matter?
Right. Gold, obviously.
and
But
gold.
green? No. There's a limit.
Well,
Interesting.
you have these dreams like once a week, would you say?
Not
Once
not
every
consistent
2
time frame.
weeks.
I like your accent. It's very slow and drawn out. You talk like this.
Yeah, I do.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
You might want to talk to a doctor or medicine man. Maybe there's something wrong.
I just blink at you.
Well, I'm sleepy.
They all talk different. This is okay.
Everybody's
It's
different,
It's
right?
whatever.
That's great.
We're from north of the mountain range.
Where from?
We just established this.
Um,
I'm from Aloria.
Eloria.
Stillwater.
Stillwater. Very fascinating. So you both come from you have tried up there, or you no longer want to be part of? Well, it's not often animals.
I just pat his back and say, tribe.
You two,
We're nomads together. We do jobs here and
don't
there.
make judgments on what you choose for relationships. Is 753 is a bit more progressive role, you know what I'm saying?
He's a good dude.
Wait.
Did he just quote the year at us?
I say, no sex.
Oh,
Friends.
celibacy is also a way to go. It's not my cup of tea, but if it works for you, more power to you.
Been that way lately.
So I tell you, it's getting late. We go to bed, and we wake up tomorrow. I take you on path towards Glen. I don't know where you drink friend Konak go, but you're probably peeing.
You like to have someone stay up and maybe keep watch overnight, or
No.
it's
I
safe
think-
enough
how do
out
you
here?
sleep?
Or I mean,
If
we
you
can
awake,
take
how are you
rotating
sleeping?
shifts. You know,
I think we should take shifts.
I think we
Okay.
should.
Personally, it would be a good idea, I think.
Alright, you
Alright,
have
my
fun.
book.
And he like
Tell Fabio
rolls
to
over
sleep.
and you see him just grab his back. His pack looks more like a rucksack than anything else. You're not really sure what's in it, but it seems soft enough for him to lay his head on. He rolls over and within a few minutes he's sawing logs.
Yeah. You sleep, Fabio. We got this.
Are there any like trees surrounding the little area we're in?
No, it's pretty much grassland. About, I would say, half to 3/4 of a mile away, you can see some sparse trees beginning. It's more of like shrubs that just got really tall. And then, I don't know if you can see it right now, but like, with the way the light's dimming and, you know, falling, even with your night vision, it'd be pretty difficult to see. But you guys know from your adventures that there are tree lines about maybe half a day away.
Okay, so we're just in a completely flat area, like in
It's
the
not
of rock.
flat, but it's more like, you ever go to like California, you see the rolling hills?
Yeah.
It's a lot like that, but smooth. Not so many peaks and valleys, just little bumps.
Okay. So
Yeah.
no really
a really
high
bad
points.
sinus wave.
Okay.
I curl up next to Odette, and I'm like, Guanaco, you want to sleep with us?
I think Juanpo and I are gonna take the first watch, and then he can sleep with you guys.
I am already asleep.
I just
Perfect.
pat my head.
I'm just meditating.
That is the most exercise I have ever done, and my skinny bones cannot take it. Tomorrow I'm gonna ask Fan for a ride.
It ain't gonna happen. But
You
Make a
can
perception
hop
check.
up on me.
With
Okay.
advantage, because you're helping? Or
That's the
whoever.
nicest you've been.
Yeah,
I'm
You can both
Yeah,
roll.
I'm sleeping right now.
Oh my
oh
god!
man!
You rolled the same thing twice.
Good thing your boy's got okay perception. It's gonna be an 11.
Ooh.
Percent. No.
Two different dice, same number.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, you hit the frickin' lottery with that one.
Okay.
Sixes.
False life dice, you wouldn't have that issue.
You leave.
Guaranteed.
You leave the immediate circle of the area. You kind of do some light pacing.
Yeah, find some insects.
Yeah. And
Shrubs.
as you're sitting there, there's this one particular insect that seems to have like a long, skinny body and makes bell sounds. It's very easy to find.
in the port?
It's very easy to find from the bell sounds that it's making. Wow, our sound girl is so amazing.
She's just over there pushing the button.
She just knew. She knew it was coming. I'm so impressed.
The large bell weevil. I am well
Yes, the bell
familiar
weevil.
with it. Yeah.
You pick it up. It's got a very like octagonal shape to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Has these massive pinchers in the front, but what really catches you about this is the fact that it has 2 legs in the very front of its body, and then 4 that seem to come out of the more what is that? The thorax, right? The lower part of the beetle.
Yes, sir.
They are like all positioned next to each other from behind. It's very odd looking and something you're not quite familiar with.
Am
But
I with him?
yeah, I would assume you could shoot
Do
another.
I see the bug?
Yeah, I would say you see the bug
Uh,
pretty easily.
Okay. Can I pick out, like, look at it and, like, how off is it? Like,
It's not off in the sense that it's unnatural. It's just unusual. It's interesting type of beetle. And as you stand there, holding it in your hands, this slight orange glow catches your eyes in the distance, and you look, and you can see maybe, I don't know, it could be a quarter mile, it could be a half mile away, but there is a fire, another campfire going. And you can see a small trail of smoke coming up above the light.
I'm going to look around. Do I see any birds or anything?
Besides me.
One next to you.
Wild birds, animals, anything, squirrel,
It's nighttime, man.
owl.
I saw an owl during the day on the river the other day.
Weird.
Super weird.
I would like to. I'm gonna cast speak with animals.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna.
Is there a radius to that?
Let's see if I can get like an owl to kind of answer me back, or any kind of bird.
There's a pigeon.
Who are you? We've got Mr. Owl from like Winnie the Pooh.
Not sponsored.
Have food. Come here. Alright, I'm not gonna do this the whole time, but
Yeah, over the course of a couple minutes, you suddenly are greeted by the sounds of fluttering wings landing right next to you. They glide silently.
have you? I got a little meat for you, and I'll take out like that meat that I found from the bugbear that my friend over here killed. I'm gonna pull off a little strip and kind of feed it to him. Have you seen any other people at that campsite over there? Do you know what's at that campsite over there?
People.
Do you know what they humanoids or what kind of people?
Nope.
Not humans. Cat, feline, look like a mountain lion,
fine.
with black.
And he just like takes off.
Okay.
10 minutes later, he comes back, lands on your shoulder. Four lizards. Hey, once. You can eat them. Thanks for the meat.
Yeah, I got a little more for you, and I'm gonna like rip off another piece, and if he flies by, I'd like to like throw it up so I can catch it. Thank you, brother.
Dives down, catches it. Flies away.
Guanapo holds his hand out to you.
Yeah, I'll rip off a little.
No. I hand that back and I say, bug.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. You can
And I
have
just
the
kind
bug.
of munch out.
Just piecemeal it.
Yeah, you can have
and
the bug.
it is delicious.
Oh, okay. Is it like a gusher?
Yeah, it's fucking guts and juice and like explodes in the mouth.
This
There's
turns
a
a porn
sweet
hub.
taste. It's a little tangy, but overall the crunch is just perfect. I would say it's slimy yet satisfying.
Yeah, it's satisfying. And I'm gonna kind of.
And is that? Can we say that?
Yeah.
I don't think we can. Not sponsored.
I'm going to kind of nudge Odette and just say, hey, it's your watch, but just a heads up, there is a campfire over there. I talked to a bird that told me it's for lizard people, so we should probably keep an eye out.
How far away do you think?
Half mile.
Okay, good to know.
Decent distance. You can see it off in the distance if you look close enough.
If she starts moving, I'm gonna wake up with her.
Great. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I'm gonna be with her.
If you want to make it.
Yeah,
because you're
we
both
can go to
helping.
bed.
Yeah, I'll help her.
19!
You can always try for 20.
We can do for 20.
I think you're doing right now. Please use it.
19!
Great. Your watch goes by extremely easy. You do notice at one point there's an owl that flutters down and lands on Fan's head, on one of his trunks. It's just kind of like he's like laying on his back, and you can just see his upper lip going like.
His trunk.
No, his
Yeah,
upper lip. His
underneath
trunk
my
is
trunk.
like
Oh.
flipped up and over one of his eyeballs, and
So
his
it's
lips just like.
little.
Wait, how does he
I
have an
shush-
upper lip?
Oh,
They have
I
upper
do.
lips.
Elephants have lips. Have you seen their lips?
They're
They suck on their
I
lips
got-
like they're sucking their thumb.
Ooh, nice little lips.
Noted. I
Yeah.
will look at it.
Yep.
Look up elephant
Let's
feeding
go
videos
to the
like
zoo.
I swish it away.
Yeah, it flutters away quickly. But
Wait,
other than
did he
that,
tell
your
you
watch
that?
goes
No.
pretty
Shit.
pretty easily.
Sorry, bandit. Didn't mean to kick you down there.
I'll wake up because I've had my long rest probably.
Sure.
And I
So I'll
tell
be up for the rest because I can just meditate as an elf.
you that there are apparently 4 lizard people at a campsite about a mile and a half.
Because I'm not worried about the lizard people.
You didn't
But
sleep
I
very long.
appreciate. Because I don't have to. I wasn't asleep the entire time. I'm just kind of there. As long as I'm not moving, I'm meditating.
Oh, you're meditating.
Interesting.
Perception check.
17 plus.
It's you beat my DC. Your watch goes by equally easy. There's a couple instances where you think you can hear sound around the camp, but you stand up and look around, and with the dark vision that you have, it's pretty clear that there's nothing really around you. Other than that, realistically, no, nothing goes by. You have a moment where you're like, snacks. Reach into your pouch and you start pulling out some of your food. And other than that, nothing.
I'm up still. I'm just gonna
Okay,
stay
so you're
up.
taking the last one too?
Yeah.
Make another one for me.
Are you gonna
Yes,
wake?
you want
Are you
to.
gonna wake him up at all?
I'm just snoring happily. If you want to wake me up, you
Snoring
can. and
happily.
I'm fucking out.
20.
Woo!
Yeah. Natural?
Natural 20.
Oh.
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 You hear a wolf call in the distance. And as you turn to look at where you believe the wolf is howling from, you see this shimmer. It's almost like when you see heat from a fire. You look through a fire and everything behind it just shifts slightly. And you see it about 20 feet away from you. But not above the fire.
I still have my whip of warding, by the way.
I have my bow too.
Ooh,
That does the same thing as you.
it's hard.
That's 30 feet.
So I'm going. Who's around me?
I'm assuming at this point that you guys are on the center
That's 30.
and whoever's on watch takes the periphery. Unless I'm mistaken, in which case.
Yeah,
you
it
know.
says 30 feet. It'll
30.
wake us up.
Yeah.
From 30 feet.
It warns us. Yeah.
If it's dangerous.
I just can't be surprised.
Yeah.
Will it wake you up too?
So
Yes.
Yeah, it warns us. Hey, you said
I
it
am
was
going to
fine.
go. I'm gonna drop my bag.
that plan.
When I drop my bag, does anybody wake up? I'm gonna take out my backpack, just kind of throw it loudly.
Throw it on the ground. I think.
I think we're like.
So what's your guys' passive perceptions? I should really have this written down.
Mine's 15, but I have advantage on
19.
perception
Passive
with
perception.
hearing.
And I'm gonna have my
And-
finger over my mouth, so if they look at me to see what it is.
Passive perception on the
12.
full sight is on the left.
19.
On the middle bottom.
I have
19,
17.
12,
I have 12.
17, 12. What's yours, just out of curiosity? Just so I have it.
Passive perception.
Anyone wants nuts? I have some.
Anyone wants what?
What?
I'm not.
I've always had my nuts with me.
I
So
have
it's
nuts
not
in the
difficult.
bag.
I have
Mine are also
watermelon
in a
licorice.
bag.
No,
I'm sorry.
a
What?
one. A
Oh, no,
watermelon
your
licorice.
passive perception's right here. So it's like passive.
D&D Beyond, if you're not
Passive
using it,
wisdom,
use it. It's
passive
fucking
intelligence,
great.
passive. They're your senses.
I believe, didn't D&D Beyond just come out with an app for
Character
just
sheets?
the character
I have it
sheets?
right
Yeah,
It's-
he's using it.
It's super smooth. It's nice, but you can't adjust like currency, and it doesn't have
Yes.
background information. They say that that's what's coming soon. But
I
it's
see.
not.
So this is more of a beta.
Oh, it smells
Yes.
so good.
But
I
it
have
runs
mine this
smoother than the
morning.
website on a phone.
I
Okay.
just came in
So
there
it is
24
Give it a shot.
3 hours a
Sweet, give it a
day.
shot.
Alrighty.
Mine's
Yeah.
11.
11.
Shit.
Okay.
So good.
I would say that Luca and Wanapo, you both are awoken by the sound of what sounds like a rather heavy bag slamming into the ground.
Okay.
I look around.
Look up
Me
and
too.
you see that.
I'm gonna slowly walk over to everybody and kick them until their eyes open.
Oh my
and I'm gonna be
gosh.
like this. Not kick, not hard kick, just like nudge until they wake up.
Okay. I
Or
wake
leave
up.
him asleep.
Does he have his weapons out?
I'm undrawn, but I'm just like this.
Okay.
I'm fucking dead to the world, so someone needs to shake me awake.
And I have my staff out when I wake up.
What are you doing,
Uh,
you flipping bird?
Do we
I don't
notice
know.
anything?
Hand over his mouth.
You have one of your party members is telling you to be quiet and is waking you up.
What are you looking at?
What are
We look at him like this.
Stage whisper.
Stage whisper. What are you looking at?
There's something out. Just be quiet. You do not want to be asleep. I do not want to teleport away from you.
Just point for me.
And I'm gonna point in the general direction. And I'm gonna say, "This is not the humans that I saw. The figure. It is."
Do I see
I
anything?
can't read that.
Perception check.
What time is it?
It's getting to be earlier in the day. The sky's still dark blue, but you can see coming from the west there is that like slight gradient that is indicative of dawn.
16.
It's you're pretty sure you could see something, but it's not quite like maybe it's there for a second, maybe it's not. But your eyes can't really seem to focus on it. It's not something that you can really.
I'm
You're having a
gonna.
hard time picking it up.
While I'm kind of squinting at it and looking, I'm just gonna kind of my fingers and point and use my druid craft cantrip to
Okay.
kind of kick up some dust in like a 5-foot.
Okay.
You just see if
I want to
can
get on top of
like
Odette's
a-
back and
just see
cast
if I can get like a,
clairvoyance. And I want to
Wow.
have my visible
see if
sensor
there's something that's
be
invisible.
for seeing, and then have it go towards the area he pointed.
Does it allow you to see anything special?
No, it let's
Just
see
like
here.
it's like you moving your eyeballs out of your head, right?
Yeah, it pretty much just lets me see. I can choose to either see or hear.
Dope.
But it lets me, yeah.
Dope.
I want to whisper out and say, guys, if you need,
You're fucking asleep, bro.
No, I woke him up.
Shut the
I
fuck
woke
up.
Well,
I
go on
woke
a
up.
boat.
I'm
Go on.
fucking with you. I'm
Go
just saying.
go on a boat.
I was just saying,
Oh god.
Not saying much now.
After he chokes on candy.
this stuff is terrible. I can cast light if we need it.
This puff of dust comes up. As you're watching it, I would say that you notice that it doesn't seem to settle properly in this one area. And as the dust fails to settle, you can see imprints in the grass kind of relieve themselves and start.
I'm firing Eldritch Blast.
Make
I'm
a
sorry,
attack
what?
roll at disadvantage.
I'm sorry.
I was about to fire too. I was about to do it. And
Wait,
I
where's my
didn't.
thing see?
You can, you're seeing it from the sensor's view.
Yeah.
You can see the impressions in the grass relieve, and then like
He wasn't. I was
as
going to. I was
like one
Don't
relieves,
tap me,
another
right?
one appears, and they're just there momentarily
You said at disadvantage?
at disadvantage.
I hit Odette in an urgent, which she would know is danger. Get ready.
Okay. I get my staff out.
13.
You just in this moment of panic, you pull your hand back and just curveball this beautiful eldritch blast, and it goes up and it starts to fall in this nice pleasant arc. And really, out of all the things that you've seen from Nabuntash, this has to be the most elegant. And it arcs with this graceful, it's like a gray color, but it's light. Like it produces its own soft, almost bioluminescent glow. Silvery gray arcs through the sky with this just tender beauty, and slams into something that is invisible. As the something that invisible goes tumbling forward, you hear, "Oh God, damn it!"
Huh.
I
I've
like
got got another one ready if you don't show
Yeah.
Still
yourself.
invisible?
I'd like to
Still
be
invisible.
running that way.
I've got another one ready if you don't show yourself.
Towards where I saw it
How
landing.
far away is it?
About, I would say at this point it's probably about 50 feet away from you. And as you shout, like, I've got another one,
So this thing has retreated.
Should I roll
Retreat.
damage?
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
I'd like to
I
be
mean, you
running
can
after
go ahead
where
and
I
roll
thought
damage
it
if you
was.
really want to. Yeah.
That's D10.
Did we get our long rest?
5.
You see, standing up from the low grass, there is the smooth neck that leads into like a scaly skull of a lizard folk. He's bright green, has these yellow patches, these like, I don't know what you call them, almost like, what do you call those, Chris? You're a fucking herpetologist.
What do you mean?
The yellow, like the skin sacs around the eyes.
Because I'm not gonna be able to tell you this.
The yellow shit that goes, or like the skin that's around a lizard's eye. There's like scales back here, and then there's skin right
Like
here.
that's
Yeah,
the
I don't know
sensitive
what it's
pattern.
called.
Yeah.
Ocular something.
Sure.
Or other. Yeah.
Ocular, macular
Yeah,
degeneration.
not really her.
Yeah, let's hope not.
Whoa, my
You watch-
grandfather suffered from that. Offended.
This is 7:53. You can't just go around throwing.
This
diseases
is
like that.
7:53.
And you see standing up this lizard folk person
That's good.
wearing it's like a shamble of red leather that seems to be sewn together very roughly. And you see him standing up, and he's just kind of like got his hands up, and he's like, "I'm really sorry about that. Listen, we've been listening to this owl for like the last 2 hours talk about these people over here. We wanted to investigate them, but I didn't want to stir up any trouble.
Wait. You heard an owl talk about us?
Well, yeah, one of our party members is a druid and likes to
Oh,
talk to birds,
fucking
so
damn
like,
it. Yeah, I was talking to that owl.
okay,
We were,
cool. Can we just call it? Can we just forget about the
So he was
last?
double dipping treats.
Yeah, are you guys just out
We've
here?
been feeding him. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we fed him too. He's a fucking snitch. What are you guys doing?
There's just
out
one
here?
guy, right?
So like, yeah, it's just one.
I know
yeah,
there's 4 of you.
Yeah, no, the other ones are back. I swear I'm alive. It's not like I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to swindle you. I just want to make sure you weren't dangerous or nothing. You know, like you never trust things
Doesn't
out
seem
here.
like he's lying.
Make
I
an
mean,
insight check.
we're dangerous, but we're not that dangerous. What are you doing?
I can see very skilled shot, sir. I might say. You should be proud of that.
Thank you.
He
Got a
seems
nat one.
totally up front.
I trust him.
Every cell in my body.
Every cell in my body. What was the question?
Yes, what they're doing.
Oh, what are we
Yeah.
doing on it? Right. So, we're more of like a traveling group. We were part of this like circus at one point, but the kind of head dude, he was doing some weird shifty shit, and I didn't like it, and charging people more than they really needed to be charged, and there's just some unethical business with like some of the animals. He had a
So
he
you
had a
decided
griffin.
to live out in the
Well,
woods.
we wanted to make it on our own. We decided to do some hunting, some trapping. It's not been a bad deal, but it's not the greatest either. I mean, we get enough to get by.
Do I trust this man?
Inside check.
Yeah, I'm
Do
so.
any of us know anything about lizard people? Do we have
Lizard
a
folk?
perception of lizard folk? Like, are they
He's
shifty?
articulate. He's articulate for
Articulate,
lizard
but
folk.
is he? Or do we know them to be shifty folk? Like, do we know them to be people
You're asking
that
for
we can
stereotypes?
trust?
If we were going to stereotype,
How would I?
Make a history
in
check.
753, how do we stereotype this man? I got a 19.
He seems straight up to you.
Okay.
He does not seem to be like he's trying to lie about anything.
I mean, that's cool, man. Just be safe out here. It's weird times,
Did you ever think that maybe that was a bad idea?
It's
No, trust me. Like we deal with like weird things all the time, and like it's honestly I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Have you
if you know
seen
what I mean?
anything
That
weird
was not
out here?
safe. That was rather stupid.
Well, most people can't tell where I'm at when I'm invisible, so yeah.
Have you seen anything weird out here?
Trust me, fella. Looking around, seen plenty enough weird for one day.
I know,
Other than-
I know
other than
that we
us.
are weird, but have you seen like a creature that is gigantic, maybe carrying a freaking child or something?
Who are you people?
Okay, that's
Your
all I need.
worst
Thanks,
I'm a
nightmare.
man.
warlock with another one cocked and ready.
I'm terribly sorry. Well, actually, you should be fucking
Make
sorry for
a
this
make a
inconvenience.
intimidation check.
Can I flip open my book and show him the Yagigama symbol? and see
Wait,
if he has
I'm
a
gonna look at
reaction?
Odette.
He doesn't.
No
Right.
reaction.
Do it.
Okay, well.
You already said it.
Now she like needs my permission.
I do, man. After that.
Do what you want, girl.
After trying to sneak into a
I did not sneak. I
You're
was
right,
doing
you walked
detective
in.
work. That is a
Yeah,
9.
we didn't sneak. We walked right in.
We didn't walk right
You
in.
gave no shits, and we're like, let's
You
raise.
went there.
And they
Let's
tried
raise
to
all the alarm.
Yeah, and then tried to sneak out.
Really?
How many red flags can we put up?
Really?
Yeah, really.
What?
Okay.
9?
Nothing.
You need to work on that on break.
Yeah.
What were you trying? Oh, what'd you get?
9.
You're cute. Good try. Honestly, this one with the goggles is kind of weird. More so than that. I mean, who wears goggles at night, partner? That said,
Ooh, wow, it sounds like someone was high. It sounds like
I'm
someone
gonna
was a
go.
red
I'm gonna
listen.
go. I really like talking to you guys. Enjoy
You
the
can't-
creepy
you're not
looking
gonna
at
get
them.
him
This one's got
amped
some
and then
out.
And
leave.
the strangest crew of people I've ever seen. If you
Yeah.
ever need help from the Wanderers, we're here. Let us know. We'll do what we
Yeah,
can. And he just turns and starts
Have a
walking
good
away.
morning, man.
You as well.
I loved every moment of that. You go, wow!
I don't think we should let some.
I'm gonna shoot a second Eldritch Blast right by his feet.
Oh,
So that's right, get out of here.
Make a. Ooh, this would be hard.
Fries on here. Like,
Make a general dexterity check.
just large fries on Uber Eats. Like, I
Anything
can't even order a
less
pizza.
than a. We'll say.
Is it really
They're not
sponsored?
We'll say anything less
Is it
than
really
a
sponsored? Like,
13,
I can't even
and you
order
accidentally
fucking
hit
meals
it.
on here.
So wait, where's my general
Should be able
dexterity?
to.
It's at the top.
Oh, okay.
And as I see him do this, if the guy turns around, I'm gonna kind of like
17.
punch him.
Yeah, it lands in the dirt and just. And you see him just kind of like skitter to the side of it. Hey!
Yeah. I'm gonna just
You need
smack
to be
him.
more careful.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, get your people under control,
Yeah,
partner.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Are you
unacceptable.
kidding me?
He
You're
was
sneaking up to a group of
Hey,
people.
just watch
If
it.
you see the
He
size
was the only one who didn't
Hey,
notice.
you
Have a
know
good
what?
night.
Fuck it. I'm taking a double shot right for the fucking.
Oh,
What
God.
are you
I love
looking
this.
for? Go big or
Good.
go home. We haven't done anything. There's
My
been
incident looks like
nothing
nothing
fun.
compared to this.
That's not true.
Nothing.
You're in the middle of a crowded city in a children's hospital.
Yeah, it's not bad though. 9, 16, and a 14.
It's both of them. Roll for damage.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
already have
I turn
five.
to you
You
and
already
I
have
say,
five.
Five.
Go.
Well, he only had 3 are friends, so.
The planar warrior automatically goes.
This is about up our alley. if you
And
want
this-
my
it's just,
honesty.
we haven't fought in a while, so let me just give this a quick look ski.
What a good
Kill
reason
anything.
killing random lizard
So
people.
is
He
that
was a
considered
dumbass, come
murder
on.
hobo? Is he a murder hobo then? Okay.
1d8.
Hunter, you're a murder hobo. I hope you
There's
know
nothing
that.
wrong with that.
You're unfair.
There's
I also
8
love
right there.
edgelords. They're my favorite
What is
because
an edge word?
edgelords are the people that are like super dark. They're like, my father was murdered by a fish, so I hate all fish. And
Batman.
I have to like kill every fish that I see, and every time I see a fish, I'm triggered, and like, da 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 da, and it goes on. But then like after like 10 sessions with an edgelord, they're always like, rave dance, rave dance.
Alright,
They're
he
fucking
gets it for
breakdowns so
26. I did not burn a spell slot.
How do
I
you
did
want to
not
do
use
it?
Hunter's Mark. What?
I don't. Can I say that? Is that inappropriate to say?
Okay.
No.
You
In
just
what
did
way
it.
would you like to kill this young man?
In what
Finish
That's
him.
not quite
Oh.
as.
Finish him.
That's trademark too.
What's the what's the movie where they curb the bullets?
Wanted.
Wanted.
Not.
So literally, I'm just gonna take a
Sting.
nice fucking shot. I'm just gonna go right
how would
up
you do
his
that?
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Dude.
And I want to hit
That's
one of
real.
those. I want to hit one of
Archers
those
can curve-
artery
yes.
things, right? An
fuck.
artery. I
It's
want to
just
hit an
like a
artery in
couple
his
feet.
asshole. I just want it to fucking collapse.
Love it.
Collapse.
The body falls to the ground.
Cute.
See a slight puff of dust.
Holy shit!
I'm
that
sorry.
was taking you.
Yeah,
to
shush,
another
shush,
level.
shush, 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 shush.
Dust?
We need to dig a hole.
No, like his body falls
Oh,
and there's
okay.
We need to
Like-
dig a
a
hole.
He's not. He's like. There's a body though.
there's a body. He's not a. He didn't like poof in dust. He
What is the
fell in-
bugbear doing during all
Oh, since you asked, he's standing in the campsite with his jaw just hanging down, staring at you guys like.
Anybody got a shovel?
We do need the shovel.
And that's where we'll take our break. Thank you guys so much for sticking around so far. Give us about 10 minutes to recuperate, drain the bladders that we haven't, find more frosty cold ones, and we'll be back with more adventures or misadventures of the Witness Guild. Thanks, guys.
You're not ordering everything on.
Oh, unsweet. Hey, hide the logos.
This
Man,
is
come
diet.
on.
Logos,
Calm
leave
down.
the Legos!
Also,
Hunter, you're the worst. Logos.
anyone
I
else
have
got
a
unsweet?
wall. No, there should be a sweet one.
What do they call
that's
it? The
a
copyright
diet. It's a
infringement gods
This
are
one also
fucking
says diet.
frowning upon you
I
guys
gotta
right now.
see. I don't know.
Hey,
She's
come
into
on,
that.
dude.
That's
Stop
definitely
sticking in
antique.
front of the
You gotta
camera
see.
like that.
You didn't
Jesus.
tell me what to get you anything to drink.
Hi, Des.
Yeah, I want you guys to know
I
it's
have a
currently
list right now.
8:21. Just before we went on break, the group that you know and love here in the Witness Guild had taken a long rest, and towards the end of that long rest, had spied a spire upon the party. After confronting this individual, knocking him down with an Eldritch Blast, you guys had had a quick conversation with this individual, and as he was leaving, shot him in the back twice.
Absolutely.
And that's where we pick up the bugbear, Fabio, standing in the campsite, jaw just hanging down. So are we going to talk about this, or
You got a shovel?
no?
I don't either. I'm gonna go grab him real quick, and I'm gonna go walk over to the body and kind of like grab him by the leg and start. Well, I'm gonna pick him up so there's no marks.
Okay.
Put him over my shoulder. Yeah, I'm gonna find a bush and kind of like lay him like into a bush a little bit, and kind
There's
of like
not
scooch him
many
under.
bushes around here. It's mostly
Okay.
the grass.
Okay. I'll put him in a very thick patch of grass for now, where it's kind of hard to see him until you walk up on him.
There is there's a part where a couple of the hills make a small ravine that, from the road, may only be visible for just a moment.
Okay.
I come up to you
So,
Better
As you're
watch
doing
it. That's
this?
the map camera.
and I tug on your shirt and I say, "This is okay."
This is not okay. We've gotten into some trouble before, but this is never murder.
You good?
Although I guess it wasn't us.
No, it. I feel was. I mean, you guys are all kind of implicit in this together. Can we not talk about this when we get back? It's
This never
Listen,
happened.
I'm just, bugbears, we don't have greatest reputation. I don't know why. I guess that, some of my friends that are more, into like the murders, goblins and whatnot. I say do what you're good at. I am good at trapping, so that's what I do. I don't like to, Anyways, we should go. How about we go? We go?
We go.
We should go. Yeah.
You guys pack up the camp in short order, and unless anybody has anything they need to do over the course of the next 2 or so
I
days.
walk over to Fabio and I hand him 20 gold and I say, "Shh."
Ooh.
Hush money, interesting. Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about me, but thank you. And he takes the gold. So,
Yeah, that was good.
You guys-
Good job, Gwen.
progress through the next 2 days. The landscape gives way from rolling hills into shallow, short mountain ranges. After, a few hours of walking through these, rough peaks, the road kind of curves more towards the east, and Fabio takes you off the beaten path into the forest. It starts out with sparse trees here and there, and over the course of a day, gives into more thick and full forestry. You three recognize this area. Yeah, you guys have been here before in your travels in the Zero session. Fabio leads you back through. He takes you past the campsite that he saw. There's nothing really there that you haven't already seen. They show you a campsite where there's a small tent, a fire circle, and holy shit, that was like within 10 seconds they did that. That is impressive. You guys make your way past it unless anybody wants to inspect anything at the campsite, which is really nothing there.
As we're traveling, though, I like to keep my head on a swivel.
Make a perception check for me.
And I'd like to be looking for like different beetles that I may not have seen before.
Make a nature check for me.
21.
Good to see you.
That's how
Nope, there it is. There it is.
You can't seem to find them, man. They're just, whether it's your crew or, these are fucking terrible. Whether it's your crew, whether it's the pace that you're traveling at, Fabio doesn't seem interested. He's much quieter over the next 2 days. He does talk, but it's forced. There's not as much inflection to it, and seems kind of uncomfortable. After the second day passes of traveling through the forest, do any of you have a keen mind? Anyone have a keen mind feat? Anybody? Nobody took that? Okay.
I'm just observing.
On the cusp of the end of the second day, you guys have been traveling for a while. Smells are developing, but you crest this hill that is part of the greater mountain range of this forest. And as you descend, the mountains beside you create this small channel that leads you through kind of a quiet and peaceful ravine. And at the end of the ravine, after about, I'd say probably 40 minutes of walking, the ravine opens up into this beautiful glen. There is a slight stream that comes off of one of the mountains and creates about a 10-foot drop of waterfall into a beautiful, pristine, crystal clear pond that it looks relatively shallow. You can see excuse me, you can see fish swimming in there. Fabio kind of looks around at the 100 or so feet of this area. It's the glen. So my part of the deal is good, yes? Need anything else?
You don't want to stick around and travel with us?
I have some things I forgot. So silly of me. I have business to attend to. I appreciate your company, though. It's been very nice.
Look, I understand that it was a little off-putting, but he did sneak up on us first.
Yeah, no, totally
Look,
his
Fabio,
fault. Totally his fault.
It was completely wrong. We're aware.
I don't like to
I think it was just a knee-jerk reaction out of anger. It happens.
Yeah, no, shit happens. Get it.
I would
got
like
it.
to count you among our friends. You've been
Oh,
very nice.
yes, no, I definitely want to be one of your friends. Please, if there's any concern
roll
about
an
friendship
insight
levels,
check
let
on
me
that?
know. Make an insight check.
About whether or not he's our friend. My first roll of the night.
Ooh!
10.
Throw it away.
He seems nervous.
Oh.
Is there anything we can do to help you?
No,
Alright,
I'm
my
all
should we
set.
let him
I am going to go
Yeah, I think
away and maybe try and get some more catches, huh?
Fabio, before you leave us, can you point us in the direction of where you found your hall there?
Yes, it's about half days that way. You'll see it. You see bright blue fungus growing on trees, rocks, ground. It's not hard to miss.
Thank you.
Yes, have a good time. I love you all, and I promise not to sneak up on you. Okay, have a good day. Bye.
Before he leaves,
Oh God.
I'm going to
Fire tree.
I'm going to tell him. I'll be like I know that was unsettling for you. I'm going to try to persuade him that what he saw was normal. So I'm going to do a persuasion check. More of like it needed to be done. You can understand. You've been out here alone. You understand what it's like to be snuck up on.
Make a persuasion check. I like the eye closing.
It counts. It matters.
I probably should have pursued.
So we can get back into the roll.
it ain't good. I know that.
Really?
Because you're something similar to me.
It's a 12. It's not terrible. It's not great.
He, after trying to be like, hey man, this is normal. This is totally normal. It's totally normal. It's totally normal. Yeah, totally normal. I won't say anything, you won't say anything. Yeah, sounds good, okay. Bye.
Goodbye, friend.
Bye, have a good time.
It was nice meeting you.
It was always
Fabio.
serious, and
the
you seem,
intellectual.
the more you guys are like, oh, goodbye, he's like backing up like,
Beers
goodbye.
on me next time.
Of course, yes, we'll see you in town. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Pen pal me.
How many days did it take us to get to this glen?
It's been 2 days
Okay.
since you camped.
Okay.
And it's been a serious hike, a lot of uphill. He left his cart at a different location. Thank you. Not sponsored. You guys have traveled a good amount of time through the mountains. It's been, a lot of sweating, a lot of hard work, a lot of pushing, pulling, hauling, helping each other over rocks. But you've made it. And looking around, this is a rather serene place. Like, if, aside from the fact that you feel this unease about him leaving because, it's awkward and everything, aside from that, you feel like, especially the more wandering groups of this party, I feel like this could be a really nice place to stay and find some inner peace if it weren't for the bugbear that just took off. Anything you guys want to do?
Just, probably check our surroundings.
I'd like
Check for anything.
continue looking for insects. Beetles specifically.
Nature check, make a survival check for me.
So this is where he said he found those essentially infected animals. We'll say
No,
for him.
this was the location that he last had communed with this
Okay.
person from the streams.
9.
8.
It takes you the better part of an hour, and it's pretty comical watching the two parts of your party walk around in these wide arcing circles, and it looks like they're doing the same thing. And after about an hour, you come back and you're got this frustrated look on your face, and you just have these 3 beetles that you've seen before, but they're beetles nonetheless.
They can share a vial.
Cool.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. You search high and low. There are some scuff marks that would make you feel like maybe a humanoid had traveled through here. And, by the time your party's alright, it's let's wrap it up, let's get going, maybe we need to go look somewhere else. Just before you're about to leave, you find on one of the large boulders that is kind of underneath the waterfall, it is so close to being passed up, and your eye just barely catches it, and you walk up and you feel the surface of this boulder, which is underneath the cascade of the waterfall. You feel the surface, and your finger touches a groove, and you feel it, and it's long. It's about, I'd say it's probably about an 8-inch groove in the rock, and you kind of, try to shelter it from water, and you realize there's another groove beneath it, and a third, and then nothing, and you feel it, and these, you realize that there are 3 about 8-inch long grooves in the side of this rock.
I do I wish I could do it in real life, the whistle with
The 2 fingers.
Oh, I'm not going to do it.
Ding!
No,
Oh,
my mic's
right.
there.
Oh, yeah. That, I
Yeah,
do a
that-
whistle.
I do it, and people are like, man, you need to stop doing that.
Right. I whistle. Odette's probably heard 1,000,000 times.
Yep.
For a come hither.
Okay? You hear
Is it like a horse?
And I do it quietly.
I prance on over
You
there.
do a whistle quietly?
No, I whistle, and then as I see her come, and be like,
Okay.
I walk on over.
Let's see what she sees.
yeah, there's these grooves here.
What do you think they are?
I don't know. Should we get everyone else before I start trying to push it and pull?
I'm already walking towards the whistle.
Yep.
I start mimicking your whistle on my way over to the other of it.
I'm just like this.
It's like Carl.
Let's just investigate it.
Yeah.
They are painfully and almost nerve-wrackingly similar to the 3 groups that were left on the outside of the orphanage.
Have I gotten it done yet?
Does this look like the Yagigama
It's reflecting
scratches?
on me
How fresh do they look? Like, does it look like they're worn at all? Like, animals crawling over
they
one?
Well, if you
it
guys
does not
are
look like
moss-
the water has had time to
Oh,
erode.
you mean like moss or any kind of growth or anything?
Is it like, so there's a waterfall and then the scratches are like in the waterfall?
Yeah, so
kinda deal?
basically, what you can imagine is about 100-foot radius circle, right?
Yep.
And in the, I would say, the northwest corner of this circle, there is a waterfall that leads to a pool.
Right.
The pool takes up about 30 or so feet of this space. It's a pretty decent-sized pool, and there seems to be some naturally occurring fish in here. The whole area gives you the feel that there's not been a lot of traffic, save maybe yourselves and maybe a few other people. Looking at the ground, it's very loamy and soft, but it springs back when you step on it. The ground seems to give way, but not enough to leave an impression. The rocks themselves, it seems like there's some sort of granite boulder system, or granite boulders that make up the bulk of this, and there's like about a 10 to 15 foot face, and coming right through the middle of it is this stream that makes the waterfall, and this would be to the right side of the waterfall as you stare at it. There just seems to be these 3 grooves in one of the boulders.
Is it going in an upward direction?
They're
downward?
actually coming out from like inside the waterfall and back towards where you're standing, or maybe they're going from where you're standing into the waterfall. It's
Are there
difficult.
any droplings, like poop droplings anywhere?
Ooh,
Or footprints? Or...
yeah, nature check.
I'm gonna help her. Look at
I'm
her.
just gonna tell you no, there's not.
Okay, cool.
I want
Sorry,
to.
Konak just took a dump.
Dude, there is the most steaming pile of like, it's green.
Human-like shit.
It is
Ooh.
mossy.
That's not.
It is not a healthy looking turd.
No.
It like there are like 4 distinct logs, but one of them is definitely bigger than the others. And looking at it, it looks like whatever made this is incredibly sick.
Probably one of the animals.
No, it was him.
No, he didn't say that. Or what now? You're sick.
Pay attention.
Yeah, it was our buddy.
So I whisper, stage whisper, shall we go inside the waterfall? Because I think this is where Dungeon Yagigama is.
I feel like we should tell everybody else what we found.
Noted. Alright.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You focus. The spirits that guide you. You find this moment of inner peace, away from all the noise of the outside world. The tranquil environment that you're in seems to help push you into this like perfect mindset of higher. What's the word I'm looking for?
State of consciousness?
Sure, higher state of consciousness. You open your eyes, and aside from the equipment that is on the personages of the individuals around you,
Except Odette.
except they're dead. That has nothing.
For now.
For now. Till next time.
So I don't see anything except for those.
So Luke and I call everybody over.
Easy enough. You guys all make note of the 3 gouges in the side of this. I would say for you specifically, what you know about nature, granite is an incredibly durable stone, and for something to make this mark, it would take an incredibly sharp and incredibly powerful object.
So it's a pretty big and deep mark.
The gouges aren't per se themselves deep, but just what you know about granite and
How far
its
apart are they?
characteristics. I would say they're probably about 3 to 4 inches apart each.
So
They're fairly similar to what we
Yes,
found.
and they run in parallel lines.
We're getting closer. Can I tell what direction, like footprints wise or anything, where?
There are no footprints.
Nothing.
There seems to be some scuff marks back in the main area, the main, like, what you would consider the standing area.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, it's difficult to tell at this point whether or not that's from your party or if it's from something else.
We don't see any fallen trees or anything like that.
Does it look like it climbed up this rock?
He said it
hard
came
to
from
tell.
inside the.
Well,
Right.
the stroke came from inside.
I'm just looking for a direction of travel of this.
Based on
being.
where it's at, make a nature check.
Could we walk through the waterfall, or is it
No.
too hard for
No,
us to even try?
It's not that big, but
Okay.
even just staring at it, you can see there's nothing behind it.
Oh, there's nothing behind it. Oh, because that's what I was about to
It's
say.
not. There's not like a secret tunnel behind the waterfall.
16.
Secret tunnel
Looking at it,
through the mountain.
You'll know when you
Secret
actually watch the show
tunnel.
that he's gonna make you watch.
Yeah, you'll know.
Everyone at this table is listening except for Hunter. So.
What?
Nothing. Anywho.
is that from the show that we have all been binge
Yes.
watching
Yes,
recently?
yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. Secret
Huh.
tunnel.
Oh, the guy that's doing the strumming.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
hippie dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta stay happy.
Secret tunnel through the mountain.
I don't remember that.
So
Secret
there is no
tunnel.
there's not a way for us to go into.
No. Looking at the gouge marks, you would assume that whatever creature made this was trying to scale this area and move forward and upward.
So let's
Would
do
you guys
what you'd
like to go
surmise.
up and look around?
Well, we're out here, so yeah.
Yeah.
I would say we should probably go up
What
on
time
top
is
of
it?
this thing.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
Right now?
No,
Yeah.
like
No,
top
I
of
know.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm.
It's
I don't
late.
care about real
it's
life.
late.
Okay.
The sun is starting to set. The sky is turning the stereotypical oranges and pinks of sunset. And yeah,
Maybe we should take camp here.
Yeah.
Wait till the morning. I think
Yeah.
so.
Agreed.
You want to go in the cave to this little
There's no cave.
There's no cave.
there's okay.
Quit
Okay.
waiting.
Apparently we all thought there
Listening
was.
tonight.
Sorry.
No
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
I thought we were about to do some magical,
Maybe you
go
should
under
change it
the
to a cave.
The
waterfall.
producer is listening.
Yeah.
I watch her laugh.
No, we're all done.
Appropriate times.
Yeah, we're all done. Yeah, let's go ahead and camp.
Fire or no fire up there?
No fire.
No fire.
I can cast light if it comes to that.
I don't need
Not right
light.
now, but if
I
it
think
comes to
that's
that.
the reason we don't want fire. Is 'cause
No,
we
but
don't
if it
want
comes to
fire.
that, if we need to see, I can
I
cast
think we're fine.
Okay.
Noted. Okay.
if we get into any kind of trouble.
Are there trees
Fair.
in this area, or is it still the same?
No, it's lots of trees. You're in a deep forest. The trees they're not huge. They're probably at most 80 feet tall.
That's pretty huge.
Luke and I will
They're
do
not
first watch.
redwoods. They're not the California redwoods.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check
I'm
while
gonna
everybody settles
set
in.
up,
Fire, no fire.
We're together.
No
No
fire.
fire.
You are more than welcome to take
Okay.
a watch with them if you would like.
I'm just gonna perch myself up in a tree on a heavy branch and just kind of
Make
hang
an
out there.
athletics check for me to see how high you can get.
19.
Okay. As the sun begins to wane, the night sky is giving way from pink and orange to softer tones of purple into the inky blackness of night. The area that you're in, you can see plenty of stars. It's extremely pleasant experience. Waterfall creates this white noise of just ultimate serenity.
We're cuddling,
Lovely.
playfully,
Super playfully
giggling.
cuddling. Some of you are finding it a little bit more difficult at times to fall asleep. Are you staying awake with them, or?
That's up to you going up, though.
Who's all taking watches then?
I'm
We're
gonna take a
taking
watch.
I can take a watch, but I can't see very well at night, so.
I'm gonna meditate in a bush where I
Can
can
you
see
see
maybe
that?
unseen
I mean,
or whatever.
So you
Yeah,
take
let's
that.
stop
So
that
you
one.
I
take.
think
or
it needs
lilies.
to be this and
Make a stop sign.
this.
There's
or-
plenty of shrubbery
I can
and
turn it to an ant.
herrings to cut down trees with.
Okay.
Something like that,
Nobody?
Um,
Just for me? Okay. Hope you guys liked it.
Can hear.
There's herrings to cut down trees.
14?
One person. 14.
but you got
Got
one.
it.
wait, what's going on? I'll continue to take my watches with him just because he's the one I'm most attached to. So while they're doing their thing, I'll just kind of snooze in the
Post up
tree.
and sleep.
Yeah.
Your watch goes by peacefully. If not, I mean, this valley seems a little bit warmer than the ambient air. Maybe the wind doesn't pass through here quite as heavily, and as such, the area seems to be a little bit more warm. There's even a moment where you can see You hear frogs and crickets croaking through the night. And at one point, one just hops gently past you, giggling gleefully. The watch goes by and time's up.
Who's next?
We
We
wake
can
up.
take. I guess that's up to you.
We wake up Fan.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wake up little Guanapo.
Nothing
Throw some
happened on
pebbles
our
in the
watch.
tree.
Smooth and steady.
We're gonna go in. We're gonna lay down in his spot where he was just at, since it's warm.
It's
Yeah, it's
like a
gonna
fresh
be
toilet
warm.
seat.
I'm a big boy. It's gonna be warm.
You'll make a perception check, both of you, or one of you can make it at advantage.
We can make it together. I trust you. You're up in the tree.
What track is this?
Perception.
18.
14.
You are fascinated by the fish that seem to be a little bit lively right now. There are some nighttime insects that seem to be skimming across the surface of this pond, which, other than the waterfall, seems to stay relatively clear. Your watch goes by pretty much without incident. Wanapo, as you're sitting in the tree still, you're looking down at your newfound friends. This weird band of, is it too cliche to call it misfits?
I think it's accurate.
People that you're just not familiar spending time around. But each of them brings something to you, and you have this warmth, this gentle peace that you've been missing since you've left your crew. Fan does a good job of replacing, a lot of the mentorship and guidance that you've grown accustomed to. It's just so nice. And this feeling builds in your chest, and it feels intense, and it feels strong, and you take your hand and you start kind of grasping at the feathers, and you ooh.
It's the bug I ate.
Don't ruin the moment.
You kind of sit back in the tree, and from your peripherals, you see it. Your head cocked sharp to the right, and you are staring at these massive black horns that wrap backwards. This elongated skull, sharpened teeth, black skin that seems to be pulled so tight and yet creates these deep crevices and valleys. And seeping from one of the cracks is this faint blue aura. And you panic and you turn. It's gone.
I quickly scramble out of the tree as quickly as I can, and I just start emitting the sound of the Yagigama from when we first heard it, and I'm like
Are
freaking
you
out.
okay? Are you?
You all awaken to the sounds of this deep guttural. You two in particular, or actually I guess all of you, would recognize it as the last call that you heard from this demonic creature as it left your line of sight last time.
Take out my whip about to fight.
I pick up a rock and I cast light on it.
Yeah, what direction Guanapo point?
I just point back up to the tree, and I'm just, I'm at a loss for words, just like I am right now.
What happened? What's going on?
So he quickly flings open his book and in the worst handwriting he's ever had, he's just quickly writing as fast as he can. Yagigama in tree.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
See it.
Someone burn the tree.
Don't
Where is
burn
it?
the tree. Don't
Do
burn.
we see
Don't
it?
cast your light.
You cast the light spell on the rock.
I already
and
cast
it
the light.
illuminates
Oh,
the immediate
God.
area for about, 40 feet? 30 feet?
It's 20 feet of bright light and then 20 feet of dim light.
Okay, so about 40 feet of light. Your guys' vision immediately adjusts to the light, and it's hard to see much past this immediate radius. You're looking around, and everybody is on edge. There is a panic amongst you as nothing happens.
So the tree that Guanapo was in, do we notice anything about this tree?
It seems empty.
Where exactly did
Seems
you
like
see
a tree.
this? Like which specific tree? The gash marks. Do you see
The
any
one
kind of
we're
mark?
in up at the top, she just saw it. She jumped down. He just jumped down and he fucking came to me.
Do
and
we see any kind of marks?
You can climb up there and look.
I cannot. I try to scramble. Nope.
It is really cute. It's
I
like
just get sap
what's
on
that
my
scene from
hands.
Mulan where they're like trying to climb the pole and they just slide down.
Yeah.
You get down and there's like splinters in your arms. You're like,
That's gonna take a while.
Guanapo, were you like,
No, we were awake.
Watch.
I was watching him and he just like kind of looked around, looked off into the distance, looked freaked out and came down to me. I don't really know.
Did you hear any kind of noise at all other than
I stick
Guanapo?
out my
I only heard Guanapo. I didn't hear or see anything.
I'll cast clairvoyance
okay,
and throw my orb up
okay,
and have it do a 1 mile perimeter around us.
okay. So you start the spin. How long does the spell last?
This lasts
hour?
for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So you're not gonna be able to make the full mile unless you go in one direction and then start swinging around quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on perception, what disadvantage or
disadvantage.
whatever? Yeah.
Okay, while she was doing that, I just write in my book real quick. Who is from neck of Yagigama? Yagigama.
20. This? Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
This is my baby. Go ahead.
He's pissed.
It was 17 and then
You
16.
swing it around, and it's almost nauseating, and you have to, like, even as you're
Alright.
standing there, you're holding on to Odette. You feel her hands kind of wrap around your torso and hold you still as you begin kind of like swaying.
So
She
beautiful.
braces you, and with that comfort and warmth that you can feel, you're able to focus more on the clairvoyance spell. As you swing it around, starting from the tree and just heading outward, you come around, and when you get to about, I would say, if it was a clock, I would say the 2 o'clock position. Your eye catches something. It's very brief, but it's enough for you to stop and focus on it more. It's a wild swing, and you're feeling just so unfocused. There's this, man, you're about to throw up, but you push through the sensations.
I'm feeling it right now just thinking about it, man.
There is a patch of something that catches your eye. It's almost giving off a soft light. As you focus closer in on it, you can see this moss that's growing along the, well, you don't know, but one of the sides of the tree. And it is almost enveloping the whole lower 5-foot section. And it's about 1 foot wide. It seems to grow in a strip of blue bioluminescent fungus that is spreading into the ground, making its way through the pathway of the tree roots that are penetrating through the earth.
What direction is it in?
From where you're standing,
2 o'clock.
from where the tree was, it's about 2 o'clock, and it's about a mile away.
Luminescent moss. 2 o'clock, about a mile out. Should we head that way?
I think so.
Be ready for a fight.
How many,
Or should we wait
how
for the
many of
morning?
us are good at seeing at night?
No,
I
no.
just raise my hand.
I
Yeah,
can't
I can't
see very well at night.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
we have 1, 2 people. So should we stay here, awake, and go in the morning?
Seems like he knows where we are.
Yeah.
And it seems like he can teleport in and out at will. So
I just opened my book really quickly and I wrote really smallly. I felt like I was going to die.
We
I
either
think we're
fight
gonna
or we get
finish
away.
out our we'll finish out our watch.
So we sit here and wait. for it to get the jump on us.
I can tell you right now, I'm not going to sleep very well.
I mean, alright.
If we want to hold a defensive position, I don't think that's a bad idea.
We're already a week out from Sarah.
Maybe
She's
tracking.
probably dead at this point. I would like to at least get her body.
Yeah, I'm not quite worried about Sarah. Kind of worried about us right now. I don't really want to just be moving in the night.
I agree. With a creature that can teleport at will, the more we move, the less we can pay attention.
And I don't think moving with him anywhere here is going to help us.
What time of day is it right now?
It's night. It is.
If it, know,
night.
if it knows we're
middle
here,
of the
2
night.
a.m.
it's going to know we're 200 feet off.
How long would
in
it
the
take?
distance.
How long would it take us to move a mile?
Depends on how fast you want to do it. Realistically, I mean,
It's going to take
10
us
minutes,
like,
12 minutes,
oh
depending
man,
on how
that's
fast you are.
generous.
And I know you're probably thinking you can mount Odette and then ride off and go look. I don't think that's a good idea either. We should definitely not separate.
I agree about not separating.
Solo, we would just get destroyed. So we need whatever we do. We need to do as a team.
I think we just finished out our watch. You just try to get some sleep.
So would you say that all of us got potentially a long rest, or no? We don't even get a long rest. Well,
Right.
You guys are working on a short rest at this point.
Konak? Where is it? Konak? Konak? Konak.
So
we're
go
all
to a
You
bush
look
right there.
around, and with the soft light of this rock, you guys kind of scan the area. Konak is nowhere to be seen. I would say you two probably notice a pair of boots that are just kind of aimlessly
notices?
sticking out. Wanapo and Luca notice a pair of boots that are just kind of aimlessly sticking out of this one oddly shaped
Grab
bush.
like a little pebble and I just like.
You feel pedal.
Ooh, Val, how are you? Don't throw us near my bush.
You live in bushes, and none of that is that something that happens?
I was hiding for you. It's okay. Just don't be upset.
Well, did you hear what
Listen.
happened?
Konak,
He
you,
can
you don't
move.
sleep, right?
I do not sleep.
Did you see by chance?
I was not looking up in the
You are more south, towards the entrance of this ravine, this glen. Probably about 80 feet away from where she's at. He was at.
I can see
Right.
fine in the dark. I've been listening to the conversation. If you want to move to the blue light, since this is what we do. If you don't want to, I am indifferent.
I think we got enough of us that can stay awake that we just deal with camping out here.
Well, the amount of rest that we got, if we all stayed awake, would any of us?
Suffer point of
Suffer.
exhaustion?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Every single one, except probably him.
Quantipo's not falling asleep,
Cool,
guys.
cool, 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 cool.
I'm gonna hold watch. I'm gonna tell them all to go to sleep.
I'm gonna come sit next to you because I'm a scared little bird.
Okay, then you can fall asleep.
I just imagine like ruffled feathers, like little bushy.
Yeah, no, it's literally like this ripple that just keeps pulsing up from beneath, like much like watching a what are those? It's not a parakeet. Everybody thinks they're parrots. They're not parrots. They're
Cockatiel?
cocktails. When they get mad,
Macaws.
they or macaws. They puff out those feathers. You watch this
Lovebirds do
ripple
that.
just continuously flowing over Guanapo.
I'm gonna take out those 3 insects I found earlier and give them to you, Guanapo. You can eat these.
Great,
if you'd
okay.
He
like.
holds them and he
Um,
just kind of stares at them and watches them crawl around.
We'll
his
try to go to
hand.
sleep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
But
try.
at first sunlight,
little
we're walking
pads,
there.
you know, little pads.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh God.
And I'm going to
Now,
easily fall
Can
asleep.
he get
Now
advantage
one.
since I'm still awake?
Well, again, I have my whip.
You get advantage, by the way.
Because I'm awake with you.
14.
That's here, whatever. That's-
Ooh,
Wow,
jeez,
14
excuse you.
twice in a row. Same
Fan
thing.
snoring fills the ravines.
14 total.
Yeah, elephant noise.
You need to mark down a point of exhaustion.
What do I do with it?
Anyone that is still awake needs to mark down a point of exhaustion. So if you're
We're both sleeping,
and awake,
trying to
okay.
forcefully sleep.
It's just these 2.
We're trying to sleep. Do we have to roll anything for trying?
Okay.
How would you like us to
That will-
proceed?
Whew, this is a good one.
Certain roles you have to do.
What 10 and above, we're sleeping. 10 and below,
Yeah,
we're
let's
asleep.
do a D6.
Okay.
A D6. A 4 and up, you fall asleep. 3 and below, you don't.
Just me as
I'm
well.
awake.
We both got 3.
Okay, alright.
Is this for everybody?
Oh my
Anyone?
gosh.
I would say
I have
with what you've
advantage on like
experienced.
being feared.
Yeah,
or
yeah. I would
anything.
say with your experiences in the wild and the animals that you've dealt with in the past, you don't have a very hard time with it.
Okay.
You can fall asleep. But these two, being from more plush upbringings, although it has been hard, the environment that you're used to, this is unusual for you.
So
As well,
Oh, and
you start feeling
put
these
in a
pangs of like nervousness, and it lessens the
condition.
shroud between you and the things that plague you.
Oh, exhaustion.
And you start hearing voices come over
Oh,
you.
it takes things down.
We're strong enough. We can do it. Let's do it. Let's chase. What are you waiting for? Let's chase.
You're crazy. I'm not going to do that.
Do it alone. You
Can we
do
hear
it
him
alone.
saying this?
You hear him talking to himself.
I'm whispering it.
Make a self-check for me.
19.
Okay, so he doesn't.
Um,
Probably 2 days anyway. Long
Yeah.
way.
so if you haven't marked a point of exhaustion,
So I'm just kind of rocking then.
yeah, and
Overwhelmed.
it's literally like your fetal position and like trying to get through it, but between the stress of like this fucking thing is out there
Fucking terrifying.
and the things that you're hearing, sleep does not come easily. As you are all laying awake, Fan snoring in a way that makes you angry, like how the living fuck is this giant elephant man snoring right now? You notice it first. The soft glow of daylight cresting over the top of the waterfall. Something doesn't seem. And you think, doing math, it's not time for sunrise. And that is when an arrow comes flying by your head and slams into the tree that you're leaning up against. You quickly dodge and roll out of the way, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Wait, so we roll initiative, do we still have to do a disadvantage? Or just on ability checks?
You follow the rules of
Well, it says,
exhaustion.
yeah. It says
Ability check.
ability checks, but would that count?
Initiative is
as that?
technically an ability check.
Okay.
Wait, does it not automatically tell us
Oh,
what's different
that's
on
that's
the
what that
exhaustion?
Your ability checks. So your
You have
initiative
disadvantage on
rolls-
ability checks.
Oh, it doesn't affect it?
So 3.
What?
Or how do it
You have
like...
disadvantage on your ability
shouldn't have.
checks.
6.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to read it.
Yeah. Scroll down. Go for it all the way. Go.
Alright, so we have
That's the-
Okay, okay.
So you,
3.
You can have
3.
multiple levels of exhaustion.
6.
First level is ability checks.
I shake the
13,
shit out of
13.
Nabuntash to wake him up.
He's not.
I wouldn't-
He's the
Oh,
only
I
one
thought
that's
you were
asleep.
What's
9.
9. You do not have disadvantage currently.
13.
13.
9.
9.
I wake Fan up.
Fan and Konak do not have disadvantage currently because you went back to sleep and because you've already meditated for the time being.
Must be fucking nice.
Let's go ahead and throw this out. I'm excited.
So an attack roll is an ability check, right?
Yes.
So we just have to roll it twice and then take whatever's the lowest
Ding,
one.
ding, 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 ding.
Oh, great.
Is this a Chris original?
Oh my god. this is-
Oh no. Oh nope, stop. Oh that booty. That booty's getting you in trouble.
You're too thick.
I am a thick boy. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me where the glare's at? Move it this way.
It's
We're
like-
moving it this way. This way, this way, this way. Down,
Nope, keep coming.
down. That way. Yep. Yep, our producer's helping.
Just grab it.
Yep, let's keep it going. Too far. Come back. One more.
Things way
Towards
off.
Debbie.
Towards Debbie. This is really hard to not fuck with the cameras. Okay. Go ahead and place yourselves where you want to be. You guys are all right here. If you can reach it, please go ahead. I'm trying not to.
Useless with reaching that right now. Chris, that might be your job.
That's not fine.
I was next to Konak when this happened, so I'll stay consistent with
We're
that.
gonna say that's the bush you're in.
This guy looks great. He looks awesome. And
Hold on, wait. Is battling actually a part of D&D now?
whoa! Hey, speaking of,
Can you please walk next to Konak? I was just with him. He was like,
I thought we were just doing some sweet character acting.
Dover, I'm having a hard time finding the animals.
What animals are you looking
I'm looking for Doge.
for?
Lizard people are coming for us.
There's a black
people.
one in
You
there.
have to turn it down.
Well, if they are, then that.
Oh
that
man,
is real.
how could we be so cruel? Now all the giants are represented, because we're an equal opportunity group.
Oh, a little bit.
Are those on display on the cameras?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
that's what we do here.
I like that.
Can't really see him.
Hey, this guy looks great and looks like
Yeah,
something
they're hard to tell, but
awesome that you guys could fight. Go ahead and do me a favor. Put those two on top of that crest right there.
On the same level, or
Yeah, they're on the same level.
up here or down here?
Both of them are up. Yep. That's about where the waterfall is coming from. Sorry, it's not more interactive.
Chris, did you make
Wow,
this
Chris,
page?
why
You
did
guys
you
would
put
Why
you
is
guys
that
would all be a
waterfall?
little further
Yeah,
away
geez.
from that, about 30 feet away from that.
Good. Thank God.
I'm assuming you're all clustered together, or maybe you're not. Thank you. Sorry, we're working on putting together a more amenable situation so that I can play with these. But
Are
for
there
now,
any trees?
there are trees all around this area, not currently in the valley that you're sitting in. You have about 100 feet around you, 100-foot circumference, radius, diameter, 100-foot diameter, space that isn't considered rough terrain. Outside that, you will be in rough terrain. And then the entrance is towards the mic, so you guys can always run that way if you want. Also, hell yeah, dude! That's what I'm talking about. Put that up there for me as well, would you? Alright, so, let me move these out of the way. Got so much stuff.
no other trees.
What?
Just the one
I
little
worked
tiny
on like
tree.
12 of them,
Yeah.
and that's all you put out there.
Okay. Standing on top of this bluff, you guys all turn and hear the sound of the arrow sticking out of the tree. You all look to where Konak is sitting. He is rolled out of the way and is currently getting ready to do something. Looking up at the top of the waterfall, you can see standing there in this regal but menacing pose, this beautiful and intimidating elven creature. It stands about 6 feet tall, and every inch of its body seems to give off this radiating golden light. Where was I going with that? The elf standing there has a bow drawn in front of it with another arrow, and raises it and points it back at you. Its hair seems to fall completely flat. This creature looks like it is made from something out of El Dorado.
Is it wearing all gold by chance?
It is all gold. Every inch of it. Its armor is gold, its weapons are gold, its skin is gold, its eyes are gold, its hair is gold.
Fabio.
Terrifying.
Fabio was right.
Top of the round
May have
is
hurt mouth.
Who? Oh, you?
let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, fuck that.
Miss. Miss.
Okay. It's gonna take a shot at you.
Miss.
And it is going to, what's your armor class?
Well, just tell me what you rolled first.
Wow! DM, don't do that.
10 points of psychic damage. No.
10 points to Gryffindor.
Jesus. 24 to hit.
Of course it is. You knew.
Don't even bother asking.
It is going to, 2d8.
You should have an armor class.
6. I'm not that prepared. You take 19 points of damage as an arrow slams into your chest.
Damn.
It draws back again and takes another shot. This time, let's see. It's going to take a shot at you.
Oh no, her Maguana Poe.
Damn, 27 to hit.
Oh, why would you even
To hit,
ask that? Was
okay.
that a question or a demand?
Both. 16 points of damage as the arrow pierces through the slight gap in your leather armor, and you feel it just sink in, and you just cry out. Anyone that wasn't awake is definitely now. And that is going to complete. Actually, it's going to jump down. So if somebody would move that for me. Do we have good visual on that? No. Jumps down and is now facing each of you. You watch it take this light step, and it seems like it's almost less gravity is affecting it. It lands on the ground with very soft impact
And I
and
still know who
draws
this
the
is.
sword. Huh?
I still know who this is.
Nope. Next is going to be a tie between you two. So whoever wants to go first
I'm
there.
going. I'm throwing Hunter's Mark on it, Planet of Warrior, the normal. 26.
26 will hit.
Do I have the beast too? Is the beast there? Like
Which
it's
beast?
attacking?
Oh,
Did
damn
you
it.
say there's a dog with it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on top of it.
There's a creature on top. You're not entirely sure what it is.
Alright, I'm gonna throw the Hunter's Mark on the first girl first.
Stealth.
5, 6, 7, 11. 13. Alright, it's gonna get hit for 21 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay, 21.
It's fucking bullshit. 10.
Okay, misses. So you, this arrow sticking out of your chest, you quickly like rip it out, put it in your bow, fire it back. The first one impacts as it's kind of like taking that jump off. The second one, you try to put a good lead on it, it falls right into the dirt. Next, anything else you want to do?
Where's the closest tree to me?
It would probably be, you could go around the 30 feet to the other side and climb up like a short wall to get to a tree, or you could go,
Feet wise, where's the closest tree to me?
you could go about 40 feet that way and up. It'd be 40 feet that way to a tree. That's probably your best bet. Which, do we have trees in here right now?
You had the whole box and you chose the little tiny one.
No, I don't want that tree.
How much movement
What are
does
the
that
old,
tree
where are the
have?
old trees at?
The big wooden ones, I
If
go
you haven't
grab
moved,
them.
your full movement. Oh wait, yeah. Well, how close are you? You're really close to him.
How close am I to this?
He's within 10 feet of you at this point.
So he could have an attack of opportunity.
No.
Okay, then you're good.
He's not engaged.
So I'm
We
gonna
got
go
trees
5,
out there and then
10,
by the corner of this
15,
box.
20.
Like that.
You just keep them over there. It's easier for okay. Alright.
You got it.
You got it. Toyota. Not a sponsor.
Also, lift yourself a little over that map. Can't do some things.
So we'll say there's some trees for you guys to climb out here. There's some trees back here. Oh my god. This whole area is considered rough terrain because it's like 10 feet up and it's a bunch of sandy gravel. There's probably a tree about 10, 20 feet behind you, and there's one right between us. 20. There we go. Perfect. That looks great. I think it looks great, guys.
Yeah.
Alright. Is that the end of your turn?
Okay, my turn.
Nope. Next up is going to be Guano.
Right, okay, so I'm gonna move immediately and give myself some distance.
Get it, go on.
I'm gonna use my special dread ambusher, which gives me 10 extra feet on my first move. So, oh gosh, these are hard to see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
I think honestly,
So right
I'm
here
not trying to show on your maps, but
puts
I think
me
I
40
might
feet
actually
away.
bring in my old map.
Upgrade, yeah.
The
Okay.
The
lines are
downgrade,
too.
really.
Well, yeah, the lines are too
They're not dark enough.
there. They're not even there.
If we do it,
Or we can get strings. I mean, but once we get a new table. Okay, so
Okay.
you
Got
run
some-
back your full movement.
Got some tricks on
And then I use my bonus action. I'm also gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it, so he's gonna be
Okay,
double teamed.
200 marks.
Yeah,
Hunter's mark.
double down.
Okay,
Double
so
down.
I cast that.
It's only double effective if your name's Hunter. There's two. Sorry, those aren't very good tosses. But if you want to put those on somewhere, so you guys remember you have it.
Okay, whatever.
Works.
You're good.
So
Thanks.
from here, I already have extra attack to begin with, but Dread Ambusher gives me 1 extra on my first turn.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and hit him 3 times with an arrow. So let's try
Okay.
for the first one. This music is very calm.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm not the DJ.
He's golden, guys.
With disadvantage, right? Okay, so I gotta roll
Yeah,
it.
you have disadvantage.
Ha! Not one on the first one.
Yes.
Don't. Oh. Konak's about to get owned.
Okay, so 19 on the second one to
Hits.
hit. And then 10 on the third one.
Misses.
Okay, so one.
Go ahead
hits.
and roll damage for 2 of those.
He's gonna. Hunter,
Oh,
you're taking damage.
I'm mean. I am mean.
You're a mean one.
You know what the first one is.
7.
Take 7 points of damage as an arrow impacts your cap. It literally splits, and you can feel it slide right between the fibia and tibia and jut out from the front.
16 damage on the elf.
No, it's the worst part of the key. 16 damage on the elf.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Perfect. You release an arrow, it drops and just hits right into Konak. The second arrow, you draw it back and you aim and you kind of lean out a little bit more and release it, and you watch as the arrow flies, spins, and slams immediately into the abdomen. The elf creature looks down, the golden trickle coming out of it, pulls the arrow out, and just stares at you. The third shot with that like intimidating presence that this thing provides, gone. Just right into the bushes. Okay. Next is going to be that little tree that's up there.
I'm sorry.
The
The
tree?
tree?
The little tree that's up there.
It's gonna attack us? Interesting.
It is going to jump, and you watch as this little, it's probably only about 4 feet tall, but you see that the roots that make up the bottom of the tree are very coalesced, they're very together. It jumps off and lands on the ground,
Where,
lands beautifully, pretty much right next to the elf, and then it is going to start making a beeline towards Nabuntosh. And it can move about 10 more feet.
It can get to the moon tough.
Perfect. Where it's going to make its attacks against you.
Probably.
It reaches out with one of its branches, and you watch as it just goes swiping down. Oh my god.
We just end the
Oh
campaign.
shit, yeah.
And campaign over.
there's trees attacking us? Can we
A
just
not
end it?
natural 20, but a 20.
Oh yeah, that is.
Super. You take 2 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
And you look at it, and you can see
Ow.
this tree seems to have some form to it, some humanoid form to it.
So Yagigama!
And it shambles, and it seems really weak, but it's strange nonetheless to see a tree has no eyes, no head, no nothing like that. But the branches kind of form arms, and the roots form these legs, and it just shambles, and it seems a little uncoordinated in its attacks. Next is going to be a tie between Fan and Nabuntosh.
Fan, I think you should take this one.
That's fair. I am going to walk up to the tree and kind of smile, and I'm just going to say, I got one of those too, and I'm going to pop a flame blade in my hand.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take
Burn
a
the spell
swing at the...
Or no, that's a cantrip.
It is a spell. It's a 3rd level.
Okay.
And I am going to take a swing at
You're right.
this tree. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Let me look at this. 3d6. So yes. Yeah, damn it. That's gonna be a plus of 5. 8 does not hit, I'm assuming.
It actually
The
doesn't.
tree.
So you go and swing this magical flaming weapon down upon it, and in the process, it manages to bring its arm up, and you think it's going to parry you for a second, so you change the direction, the vector of this attack, and it just kind of sidesteps, and just one little tiny finger, you're not really sure, pushes it past it, just barely. And you
Damn.
watch as the tips of the tree ignites,
yeah.
but it doesn't seem to do any damage.
Yeah.
Next is going to be
Me.
Buntosh.
Okay. Having this tree get way too close into my bubble, I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
And so feeling the duality of my minds, I just split into three.
And 3.
Into 3
There's 1.
duplicates. There's 3, so there's 4 total.
Oh, Jesus.
I get 3 illusory duplicates. And they mimic everything that I do. And you can't
Yeah.
tell which one is real.
Yeah, we'll make that one that one.
Chris, can someone who can reach that thing help me?
You really need to work
I
on
need
that.
another one.
Step. 3.
I create
Illusory?
3 illusory
Oh, Jesus.
duplicates.
So one more, right?
Yeah, I was having to work on it right now while we're live, but you
Yeah.
know. I won't fucking do it.
And then each time a creature targets me with an attack, I roll a
Can you
d.
flank with yourself?
Yeah, can you flank? 'Cause
You
technically
roll a
speaking-
d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates.
Got it.
Okay, and
And
then
they have like 1 hit point.
what's that?
The duplicates have like 1 hit
No,
point.
actually,
If they're targeted, they disappear.
duplicates AC is 12 plus your dexterity modifier. If an attack hits a duplicate, the duplicate is destroyed.
Got it.
Duplicate can be destroyed only by an attack that hits it.
Got it.
Ignores all other damage and effects. Spell ends when all 3 duplicates are destroyed.
Got it.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I am going to, further tapping into the darkness within me, I am going to pull out I'm going to whip out my hand, and I'm going to guide the shadows along my hand, and I'm going to summon a Shadow Blade.
Got it.
And that is my bonus action.
Dope. Shadow Blade summoned. Next is going to be. Okay.
So I'm going to flank. Well, they're in like wrong spots. Okay, never mind. Well, can I flank with one of these, with one of the shadows?
So you watch as Nabuntosh kind of like focuses for a second, and you watch his feet shift, and as soon as his foot lands on the ground, you watch just this like the old school like 80s multiplier thing that happens in like weird anyways. Boom, boom, boom. There are 3 new Nabuntoshes. You're counting 4. Why don't you go ahead and roll, what is it, a d6 to see which one attacks you, or which one hits? Which one rolls for an attack?
For them to attack, I have to roll a d20,
Roll a d20.
and if you must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack's target to a duplicate. And that is 16.
So you accidentally, unknowingly, never seeing this before, pick a duplicate to flank with and don't get advantage on your attacks.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to attack
Yeah.
with my hooves.
Great.
Mm.
This is at disadvantage
Disadvantage.
because attack rolls are ability checks. Well, okay.
Well, yeah,
Is
because
that-
we're.
I just rolled at disadvantage, so
It's
we can
ability
be consistent.
checks.
I
Is
might,
what.
need, I might need to check that. Because attack rolls technically. Oh, shit.
Did you rob me?
I may have robbed you. We'll get it on next turn. No,
Disadvantage
attack
on-
rolls and ability checks.
You shouldn't have got hit.
Yeah.
Well, because when we're at third level, we have a disadvantage on attack rolls and
Yeah,
saving
yeah.
throws.
So no, your attacks are not at disadvantage. That's my bad. I'm sorry, Internet. I'm sorry.
Technically, an
I'm
attack
sorry.
roll is a check, but
Does he
not a
still take
strength
damage
check.
then?
It's a skill check that you're proficient.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because I liked it and it was fun, but
So
it
9.
all comes out in the wash. It all comes out in the wash.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
for
a better
attack, you're
shot
not at
than that.
disadvantage.
Yeah. You're a better shot than that.
Does 18 hit the tree?
18 does hit the tree.
Cool. 4 damage.
4.
3. 9.
9 points. You
No, 9. Does 9 hit
oh, does
the
9
tree?
hit? 9 does hit.
Okay, so
Nice.
8 doesn't, but 9.
Nine.
Hold on, let me catalog that.
Good job, Daddy.
We have a Beastmaster.
I somehow rolled.
I'm seeing that no, checks, attacks, and saves are all different.
Yes, you're right.
Alright, cool. So I'll just put my fucking 7 hit points.
9 points of damage.
I like it. Keep it.
9 more points of damage.
9 points of damage. So how many total?
And then I got
18?
Yeah, I rolled.
No.
Can't do
12?
that. He's got to roll.
12?
Yeah. It had.
No, 13.
13? Okay. Yeah, you come clomping down with your hooves, just boom, boom, and you watch as the tree splinters outwards, and seems to go inanimate and stops
Okay.
moving. So you can.
I'm going to use a key point.
It's dead. So
Oh, it's dead?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to move to
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't scratch my leg, bud.
You get horsey.
14.
14 hits.
Ooh, good to know.
Wait, who were we attacking?
That one.
Oh no, 14 does not hit.
Oh,
I
it's
Sorry.
like-
think I was attacking.
I don't know. I don't know.
So the 14 hits the cat.
Yeah.
Good
So
job.
far, the lowest I've heard is 19 hits.
Okay.
That's what I've heard so far.
Again. 20?
20 hits.
No, not 20.
Are we still in darkness?
Yeah. But
So the
Did
two
you
archers.
test
I have my flame blade out, so I have a
God,
Eight
that's
points
usually
of
the damage that
damage.
I'm missing right now. 8 points of damage.
That helps.
And I'm going to use
It
another
does.
key point. 4. That misses. 17,
Misses.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Hits.
So 17 misses. So it's either 18 or 19 to hit.
6, 7, 8 more points of damage.
Okay.
And then that's all I'm doing.
Got it. So you come crashing through. As soon as you smash this tree to the ground, you charge through and rush this golden figure. You bring your fists around. In the combat training that you've been trained in, you swing your fist under and you catch him right in the sternum. And as he kind of like folds in, like oh, you hear him grunt, and you bring your elbow across and smack him right in the temple. And you can see the kind of dazed look on his face, and he turns.
Say
Next
naughty, naughty?
is going to be the blink dog. It is going to disappear.
Oh, blink dog?
I did.
3, man, really puts me at a disadvantage here.
And it is going to appear right behind Nabuntosh.
Which one?
Actually, no, I take that back. It's going to appear behind Odette, because it didn't like that.
Great!
And it is going to make an attack at advantage. 16.
Hits.
Okay. And you take 6 points of piercing damage as the teeth sink into your hindquarter. And you just naturally, like instinctually kick back, and the dog kind of comes to a skidding halt. The dog you didn't see appears on the other side of its master, if you wouldn't mind throwing that one right there. Yep. And it is going to charge towards Nabuntosh.
Which one?
That's a great question. It's going to make an attack, and then you have to roll a
D20.
D20 6 or above, and it changes targets.
Yep, and it was a 14.
Okay, so it bursts through the shortest of those, trying to slash down at you because it's.
So now that one disappears.
Yeah, it was a 16 to hit. I'm assuming that's more than 12 plus your dexterity modifier.
Yes, sir.
So that one is done. Next is going to be Luca.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Blade Ward. I say protect, and I touch my hand to my chest and cast that on myself. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to do Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
The best revenge is massive success, I say, and the 3 people I choose are going to be Odette, Nabuntosh, and
We have exhaustion range,
Fan?
guys. Go ahead and place those on your
that's
characters. Oh god.
and they so Fan, Odette, and Nabuntosh get 8 temporary HP,
Okay.
and they can move. They can use a reaction right now to move up to their speed without provoking an opportunity attack right now.
Okay.
Right now, during this turn,
Yeah.
I'm fucking out of there.
Wait, what happened?
Let's go ahead and put these 3 down for the people
We
that
can
you marked.
Yeah, they can move. You guys can move your full speed right
Okay,
now
just
without.
interest of fairness,
doing-
does she know which one to cast that on for me?
Well, because I saw your main person and then foo 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 foo.
No, because if that were true, then the attackers would also see the
It's
main
only
That's a
been
good
6
question.
seconds.
So would I not?
It's a magical effect. I would say that because your beings are more incorporeal and you are actually a founded spot in the material plane, it probably is.
Okay. Alright, I just want to be fair. So you said plus 8 temporary?
So you get 8 temporary hit points, and each of you guys can move your speed, and without getting opportunity attacks done to you.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm moving right here.
There's a wall there. You can't go
I
behind
think
that
you
one.
said you can only move this
Yeah,
way.
you can move towards me, and that's about it.
But I'm going in the wall.
But
There's
I wanna,
nowhere to go.
I
I
want
know,
to
I
travel
was just-
through the wall. I want to
I want to go
finish
into the wall and just
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Van, do you
gonna.
want to move or no?
I'm good where I'm at the moment.
Nabuntosh?
I'm gonna stay. I'm already. No, I'm gonna stay.
Cool.
Dope. That
And then
ends.
I'm going to move real quick
Go for it.
to behind Odette.
Okay.
That's a dope spell, though.
That is a dope spell.
Top of the round, the golden creature is going to, knowing that you are at this point its most feared opponent, is going to make its way towards you. It draws out its longsword and approaches you with this cocky, overconfident attitude. There, you can see there are arrows sticking out of it. There's hoof marks down its back, but it doesn't fucking care, and it's just gonna start strolling its way towards you. It moves its total distance to get to you. So if you move that for me,
How much?
it can move up to 50 feet.
This
We
one?
seriously need to
Dear
get you a
Lord.
crafts
Seriously.
like that.
What we
would
need to do.
solve all of this.
Sorry, the one in front of that, the black one.
No,
There
we
you go.
eventually build us a table.
And it is going to take 2 slashing attacks against you. You, let's see. Jesus.
Odin's Raven.
Seriously. 15.
Not there, here.
No, 15. That's my armor class that hits, right?
That is your armor class?
Yeah.
The second one misses. So it comes down with this great sweeping swing of its sword, and it. Ten points of slashing damage because it used it one-handed, and you also take 2 points of fire damage as you burst into flames. The wound immediately cauterizes as the sword carves through the upper part of your chest. Your leather splits open, and the flesh underneath immediately just becomes blackened. The creature, as it comes down with the first attack, brings the sword back. You manage to bring up your bow just in time, catch the tip of the blade, and throw him off balance. He kind of stumbles for a second and rights himself. That's the end of his turn. Next is going to be tied between you two.
You can go.
Alright. I'm gonna fire 2 shots. 19 and a 23.
Both hit. Do you have the sharpshooter feat, the one where it negates the disadvantage at close range? You took that feat, right?
Good call.
Oh, shit.
Kicking it out. Plus skills, plus. I think it's 6, but I want to make sure.
That looks so much better.
Yeah.
6, 9,
Just has to
15,
remember that.
17. Come on, Hunter.
At least we can do a good job.
Let's see. 27, 28, 29, 31, 32,
Didn't you move?
No.
No, he decided to stay put.
I hit him for 43 points of damage.
Right,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I'm going to move back 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'm going to teleport to the top of this tree.
As you move away, he takes an attack of opportunity against you. 14.
Misses.
Okay. As he swings the sword back down, you just come up with 2 arrows loaded at the same time.
Yeah.
Pop him squarely. One goes right in his thigh, and you can hear the crunch of his femur as the arrow just penetrates and embeds itself as deep as it can. The second one hits squarely, like right above the hip in his abdomen, and when it hits, he just kind of grunts like, and like the sword kind of just drops, just that hair's breadth away from you. You teleport into the top of your tree, and is that your turn?
It's my turn.
Dope. Orphan, who does not have disadvantage on her attacks.
Was that Misty Step that you used?
Yeah.
Nice.
Isn't that an action?
It's a bonus action, isn't it? For you?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
above it. I'm pretty sure it's above
I thought that was an action. I could be wrong.
Wannapo's gonna try and rush back to the group when he goes, whoo! And kind of ruffles his feathers
Sure.
because he's scared of being right there.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna try and hit him with arrows again. So, see what happens.
No, Misty Step is an action, isn't it?
I'm looking.
I'm trying to be a dick here. I'm trying to-
No. It's all in the name of
I
fairness.
know.
That
Okay.
was better. Yeah, that was better.
Alright.
Nope. Casting time. 1 bonus action.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, bonus action.
Thank you, Matthew, though, for trying to get me killed.
I wasn't. I
Let's
was
be
just
honest,
wanted to be
let's
fair.
be honest.
Hey,
I
you
was trying
dick!
to. I
You're
was.
supposed to be on our side.
I'm on the side of fairness.
How about you guys all sweating right now?
So, I moved to get closer to the group. And I'm trying to hit at him twice.
Okay.
Rolled a nat 1 the first time.
Sick.
And 24 to hit on the second
There's
one.
no one in front of you this time.
Pull back the first shot and just think, and like for whatever reason, maybe the arrow, nobody knows, but the arrow just kind of splits and falls.
Nobody
onto the
knows.
ground. You, in a panic, draw your next arrow, launch it at him, and it sinks squarely right next to the embedded arrow that's already there in his thigh, and you see him kind of limping now, like towards you, just. Is that your turn?
So the second one that hit him is 5 points of damage.
I think that first one
Yes.
probably had termites in it. The first arrow.
Gross.
Yeah.
Noted. Is that the end of your turn?
Could have.
We're supposed to be burning arrows when we're using these, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please expend your ammunition. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Dope. Next is going to be not me anymore.
Did
It's
the
going to
tree
be
die?
Nabuntosh
Yes.
and Fam.
You want to go or you want me to go?
Make a decision, guys.
I'll take it. I'll go.
Got it.
Alright, so I'm going to move into range, and all my duplicates are going to follow me, and I'm going to.
Range
The gentleman or the dog?
The dog.
You're surrounding a dog right now.
Yeah, there's a dog right here.
Yeah, that's the one I want to attack. Yeah.
Okay.
The one in front of me. Yeah. I want to attack that guy. Are we
Are
flanking
they
him?
the same
No.
dog?
Okay.
Are they the same type of dogs?
Yes.
Did you want to move your things to flank him? Is that what you're
Well, I mean, technically, this is one of your guys right here, and that's one of your guys right here.
So you can move your
So
gentleman.
he is.
Can I? Yeah, like stay in
But
range.
you won't get flanking advantage.
It doesn't matter because what I'm gonna do has advantage anyways.
So yeah, no,
There you
you're
go.
all around him right now.
Okay, so I'm fine with where I'm at. Okay, so I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade
Okay. Burn the
onto
spell slot.
my. It's a cantrip.
Just cantrip?
Onto my.
Where's a third for you?
His is a flame blade.
Mine's
a
a
green
flame
flame blade. So I want to
My
cast
God.
cast Green Flame Blade onto my Shadow
Stop
Blade,
drinking while I do this.
and I'm going to make an
He's a
attack
fan.
against him. In darkness
Or
or
could use another cold one
in
now.
darkness or dim light, I get advantage on attack rolls with my Shadow Blade.
Okay.
So I'm going to make an attack on the dog. Haha. 23.
Oh, son
Chris,
of a
don't you throw
Bitch.
away those fries.
I did.
son of a bitch. Okay, there you go. That's the fairness. That's the fairness.
They're like.
You guys got your shit this time.
What?
You're welcome.
What happened?
Nope, it's okay. Keep going.
Oh, he missed something.
I missed something. I missed something, and it's embarrassing. And somebody somewhere is watching me, going like, "Who is this fucking joke?"
Alright, go
Anyways.
ahead.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Okay, so then I do
With the blink dog.
3d8 with the Shadow Blade plus 1d8 with the Green Flame Blade.
And
So 4d8s.
I have one. If you want mine.
You know, I got 4. I'm good.
You want one of mine?
No, I got mine.
Use my strong.
Okay.
Grab a good.
12,
Nice,
20,
you just handed
22
them
points of damage.
Yeah.
Like the things they
Nice.
do.
And then, is there an enemy within 5 feet of that other enemy?
No.
Is that that's against the sorry, that's against the blink dog, right?
Yes.
Yeah, one of this one here. No, there's not.
No. Okay. All right.
How much was it?
22.
Yeah, dude. You come down with this green arcing sword that you've summoned, and you just and you watch the head of the dog just spin off and fall to the ground. The body slowly just kind of disintegrates or evaporates. It's almost like a sublimation. There you go. It's a chemistry term. As it just kind of the solids disappear into the wind.
Oh, fine. Are you dead?
I still have my movement, right? I'm not engaged with anyone.
No, you're not engaged.
Okay, so I'm going to now run. I'm going to move forward into the left. My left, your right. And just get a little farther. Right about there. Perfect.
About there, you would be pretty much halfway into the waterfall. I know it's not there, but that's where I think it is.
Okay, alright. Well, stop at the water line then.
Okay. Just a little bit to your left. Right there, that's fine.
Okay. And then can you move my duplicates?
They follow you. They can stand wherever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're just illusory. They're these
They
pretty
mirror
handsome,
everything. Yeah.
silvery, gray
Hairstyle on
creatures.
fleek.
Just- oh my god, they're so perfect.
I'm gonna
Fucking
go ahead
2000s hair flip.
Yes.
and I'm gonna run up to that blink dog.
Got it.
And I'm gonna, with one flaming scimitar in one hand, I am gonna pull the scimitar off my back as well, and I'm going to take 2 swings, non-flame first, then flame, at the blink dog with a dual wielding attack.
Does your flame sword allow you to make an attack action?
I just looked at it and it says there's nothing specific, but it says it's the size of a scimitar.
It's the size of a scimitar, but
Which
as
I
a
would
druid,
believe would be-
you only get 1 attack per round.
Oh, but I get dual, so I have
Dual weapon fighting?
yeah,
Oh, okay. So one of them's not proficient. in.
I have dual weapon fighting. Oh, true.
Yeah, one of them's not
So
proficient.
I would just be swinging with the
Flaming sword. Got it.
Damn.
Got a trunk. too.
Random things that
Got a
actually
trunk, too.
fit in the head, but
I know
other
it like
things don't.
all worked out in my skull. Anyways, that's going to be a 14.
On Blink Dog. Hits.
Hell yeah. Forgot what it
This
is.
very
Looks like
music
it's
is
very-
Oh man,
great.
again! God damn it! I can't attack and do
Horrible,
it.
horrible DJ move right now.
You know, there is somebody who's pretty
Zoe
decent
needs
DJ in this
to be
group.
DJ.
Zfire in the
Zfire.
house. That's
Spit
my
hot fire.
DJ name.
Name the 5 greatest rappers in the world.
10 fire damage.
10 fire damage. As you slice through it, you bring the scimitar around. You go to grab your second one. You're like, no, I don't want to do that. You pound the flaming blade into the creature and withdraw it. It snarls and yelps with this like, and just turns to like, it's gonna get you, dude. You've gone. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
I need you, because I just remembered this for the second time. I just remembered this. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
What? Why?
Yeah, no. It's talk about like you're mad because I accidentally shot you even though you weren't supposed to shoot him. I fucked up and you guys have gotten a scot-free round and a half.
For what though?
I'm just gonna
We'll
punish you.
tell
That's
you when it
fine.
happens.
Gonna punish you.
All right then.
Get shit on.
No. 11.
You
Stupid caramel dice.
You picked them from me.
okay. You wow, what was I saying?
You.
Oh, you forgot, damn.
You approach to do something. And
You don't
as
even
you-
know what I was gonna do.
As you're stepping forward, the golden creature like puts its head back and roars this powerful like, and you immediately become frightened as this whole golden aura starts to pour off of it and seems to sap into the trees around you, and it gives off. It's almost like this flaming presence, and you, for a moment you're just like, oh fuck, and you get that drop in your stomach and you piddle just a little bit as you become frightened of the golden creature.
So good conditions.
Another condition?
Oh yeah, frightened, dude. Let's throw frightened on there.
Great.
Is frightened one of our conditions?
Should be.
Ooh, charmed. What is this one? Deafened. Poison, invisible, grapple, prone, incapacitated, stunned,
Okay, cool. So you can't just move closer to him.
restrained, blind, paralyzed,
You
frightened.
can't move closer to
You
him?
can't. It says you can't willingly move closer to him.
Huzzah!
Ugh, that's where I was gonna go.
Yep.
Okay, fine. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
He's the one you can't go near.
I thought it was this
No,
one.
no, no, no. Well, no. He's the one who did it to you, not this one.
Yeah, you can go towards the blink dog, the
Oh.
young man.
You said the gold. I thought
Particular.
the golden elf.
He is golden elf.
Okay, so I'm gonna blank with Dan here.
Talk about your bedroom
let her
antics
do it.
later.
The wall, whatever.
Oh, the wall! I forgot about the wall
Let's say you
again.
can go next to, but flanking's gonna be hard unless family.
Damn it! Okay,
Alright.
no, I can't flank.
I love how you had some turmoil over. You're like,
Well, I mean,
Can't
it's
really-
pretty obvious how this fight's gonna turn out, in my opinion, unless something happens. But other than that,
Oh, great. Misses. Okay.
what'd you get?
7?
Misses.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say it. Just wanted to say it.
Crush your
Oh,
spirit.
now what? I can roll again. Woo!
Why can you roll again? You're not a.
I thought it was a
halfling.
one thing.
It's a halfling.
oh, shnikes.
Yeah.
But go
Okay,
ahead and roll
well,
damage for
I
it.
got
Oh.
3.
Go ahead and roll damage for it.
You piece of shit.
6.
Oh, you titty mother.
Take 6 points of damage as
Oh,
was it your
my.
nose?
Yeah.
You feel the dog kind of dashing between her feet. She's just stomping on the ground, and you see her rear back, and one foot comes down, and you're like, oh, thank. And the next one just clobbers you straight in the jaw, right beneath your tusk.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
as I'm doing it, I'm like, sorry, Ben!
That takes
Sorry.
60
Sorry.
seconds.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna use a key point.
Go for it.
Look at all the rings on the deck right now.
She's like holding him
She's
up.
got sashes
Well.
on sashes on sashes.
Let's see. 12 misses.
Oh, damn.
Okay, these caramel dice are shit.
You
Sorry,
need to give
Zoe.
them love. You just got them.
Gotta rub 'em on the titties. You learned. Liana taught us that.
It works.
17.
17 hits.
Cool. It's the dice.
What? Just gotta get a little
5 points of damage.
Noted.
And then I'm going to use another key point.
Go for it.
Mark it.
Looks like you're rubbing your armpits.
I'm
My
gonna
boobs
use,
go like different
Really?
directions.
I'm going to use my mini dice.
They were just like under the armpit.
Rubbing it down here.
16.
You can't see it because of.
No.
Does
everything's
16
away.
hit or miss?
And it hits.
Okay, cool.
I have my own version of twins.
9 points of
Oh, you're
damage.
talking about dice.
Okay. Noted.
Aww. 8.
You come crashing down, just stomping furiously. It's literally like watching a horse dance. It's like you're trying as hard as you can. This dog is just weaving between your feet. You manage to crush its back right leg as you come down with one heavy stomp, and you hear it yelp in pain, and it kind of like rights itself, but it is limping really fucking bad at this point.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
Nope.
Dope. Next is going to be the blink dogs. The first one.
Well, blink dog.
Dog? Yeah, dog.
Because I disintegrated the other
Yeah,
one.
we got one of them.
It's gonna lunge at you, man. It doesn't like
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You're the bleeding one.
Yeah. I'm also
Twins.
8 feet tall. It's like.
And the
3.
twins say 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That sure does hit.
And you take 5 points of damage as the
What
dog
a
lunges
weak
down
ass dog.
and just starts
Did
ripping
you mark
into
your
your calf.
temporary points?
The
You have 8 I gave you 8 temporary
Oh,
points.
no, but I will right now.
Wow.
yeah, go ahead and, yeah.
Okay.
Magic. The dog starts trying to chew through your thick elfin hide. Can't seem to make it quite through, and it's almost like there's this magical barrier that gave you 8 temporary hit points that,
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alive.
which would be technically gone because you did the 5.
Yeah.
and
No,
so you're
no,
down
it's
1.
gone now.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
cool, cool, cool,
Max HP is what
cool.
Oh, 38.
What are we doing with that story?
Mhm.
Next is going to be Luca.
I am going to go ahead and.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
You can make the check again at the end of your turn. You can make it at the beginning of your turn. As this creature roars out, I'm not going to do it again because my throat hurts. But you have to make the wisdom saving throw as well.
I don't want to hear it.
Debbie, you want
You can
to.
repeat the save at the end of your turn.
You were already
You are
frightened.
frightened for 1
So
minute.
you want to make it.
Oh, 18.
You save.
Part of these guys.
You're
So
not
now
frightened.
you're not frightened.
You can frighten people.
Take one of your actions.
Which one is
Do you
this?
want me to
Huh?
roll it now?
Yes.
No, you're
I'd
out.
keep it by.
Yeah, frightened.
So now you can move towards him again
20.
unless you fail again.
You save.
You don't scare me. 5, 10.
Wait, is that an ability check?
20,
It's a saving throw,
Okay.
which they don't have disadvantage on yet.
Yeah.
But hopefully soon.
He said, yeah.
But hopefully soon.
We'll see what happens. Because the night's young, guys.
Shit.
5, 10.
I'm so used to giant battles being one and done.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna say, I bring you darkness and cold silence. I'm gonna cast at 3rd level blindness and deafness to the blink dog and the elf guy.
What's the radius on that?
It's 30 feet,
Where are you?
and I'm literally between.
She's
Go
kind
for
of
that.
next to me.
Okay. All out.
I can put it. They have to both do
Yeah,
a
magic heavy.
Constitution saving throw.
We got a lot of magic.
Anybody want to give me luck on the twins?
No!
You've got 4.
Hatred.
What's my save?
You tell me.
What's the total save?
You tell me what you got.
What is it? It's
You
a wisdom?
tell me.
It's a wisdom?
Constitution.
Constitution. 14 for the elf.
Okay, he doesn't. He's fine.
And then the other one definitely doesn't. He's not blind?
No. So 14 is the Constitution. Yep, 14 is it.
Meet or beat? Okay.
Yeah.
The blink dog is blind.
I can also choose. Yeah. So you
Or-
can choose blindness or deafness. I chose blind. Ooh.
Man, I'm getting really good at these ring tosses.
That's what.
I'll take me to county fairs.
He is blind for a minute.
Nope.
And at the end of each of his turns, he can try to do a Constitution saving throw.
Repeat the saving throw. Dope.
Then I'm going to, with my bonus action, I'm going to do. Where is it? I'm going to do Mantle again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Is it a concentration spell?
It's not. It's a part of my bard stuff. It's not a spell.
It's not a spell?
No, it's not a spell.
It's not concentration or
No,
anything like that?
Mantle of Inspiration is just my bard level and which one I am.
Okay.
Since I'm the the entertainment
dancer?
one, the dancer one. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it for the range is 60. So I'm going to Mantle Inspiration. Hold on, let me say it real quick. Don't worry about failures. Worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try.
You
And
miss 100%
I'm
of the shots you don't take.
right. I'm going to go ahead and give that to Konak. I'm gonna give it to Gwenepo.
What does that give us?
And then I'm going to give it again to Odette.
I don't think you can stack that though, can you?
It doesn't say I can't. I don't know. What do you think? Whatever you tell me to do.
I would say no.
No? Okay.
Not to stacking temporary hit points
So
unless it was a
maybe fan?
different type of spell.
No, because I did fan already and he.
Well, mine are ground. You can remove mine because it already went away.
Yours did?
Yeah.
Cool. Then can I do it to him again?
Sure.
To fan.
Oh.
Take 8 temporary hit points, and you guys can move to your full speed without provoking an opportunity.
Right now.
Yep.
Connor, do you want to move?
I'm not moving.
Ben, you want to move?
Nope.
I want to move.
You're full speed.
I'm gonna text.
Come back over here.
And then I'm going to move back over here.
What the fuck did we do this?
Actually, I'm probably going to move over here.
End of your turn?
Yep, I'm done.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for. Oh wait, no, you already said.
Already did.
Top of the round, this guy's turn. Okay. He is going to stroll politely to the bottom of that tree,
He has it out for you, man.
and then he is going to blink into the tree with you. And he is going to
His
take
face.
2 more attacks against you.
In the tree?
Is
Is
that
he-
possible?
Part of the tree.
Yeah, I mean they're dancing delicately.
Does
Also,
he have
it's
disadvantage
very-
in the tree?
Yeah, since there's someone already in it.
Crouching
I mean,
pussycat hidden
seriously,
lizard.
a big enough tree that there's probably 2 spaces. Plus,
Damn.
shut up. No, I'm just kidding. Nice work.
In the tree.
He's going to
from-
make 2 attacks against
Nobody
you.
gets that reference, Devin.
I do. It makes sense.
I get it too.
First one is a second 27 to hit. The next one is 13 to hit.
What? What's the second one?
13. Misses.
27 to hit.
Does 27, you think?
What are you wearing? What do you got on? It's like gold armor? No?
You take
Are you by chance
10 points of slashing damage
related to
from the
God?
first hit, plus an additional 6 from the fire.
But you
He
also
just
had 8.
appears in the tree next to you, and you're like ready with your bow, and you draw your blade out, or excuse me, you draw your bow back like you're ready to shoot, and he's in the tree next to you, just perfectly balanced on one of the branches, and just swings out. The first one misses. You manage to just parry it right off. The second one comes down with force and carves right through, making it this beautiful, very symmetric X on your chest at this point. Cauterized, smells like burning flesh, it's gross. That's going to be the end of his turn. Next is going to be tied between the 2.
You can go first.
I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
You are too pleased about this.
I'm too pleased about this. I forgot that this is one of the features of this creature.
Plus what? Anything else?
Constitution save. It'll be underneath your
18.
ability stats. 18 saves.
Attaboy.
I get 2 shots.
Attaboy. It's good. Two
You're
shots.
alright. 2 bow shots. 23 or something. And then I think the other one misses. So. 16 points of damage.
Alright. You sink an arrow. You don't even bother drawing your bow back at this point. He's so close to you that you just see this opportunity as the blade comes down. You just pull an arrow out, and like you just give it this gentle toss, grab it from the other side, and jam it right into the collarbone area. And you watch as the arrow sinks in. This trickle of golden blood.
Damn, golden blood. Damn.
I'm going for the next tree over. I'm gonna Misty Step again, but I'm gonna try to do stealth so he can't see where I go.
It would be an action to try and hide.
Huh?
It would be an action to try and hide. You've already used both.
Even as you can't try to Misty Step to somewhere
You're,
where you're stealthy?
You can try and Misty Step out of his line of sight, but he's going to know where you went. You could get in cover, is what you could do, which would add. Full cover is like you're impossible to hit, 3/4 cover, plus 5 to AC.
I'm gonna Misty Step behind that tree.
Okay.
I'm assuming
So
you're
This
pretty
one?
much trees, yeah.
Oh.
He did.
Falls
We
right
win.
behind it.
And
Right.
we won!
We
Yay!
won!
Great, guys.
And I'm gonna, I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. So you're out of his line of sight. What about?
How far away is he from me?
I don't know, but you tell me.
You have like
40 to here. How much is he up?
He's probably only 20 feet up.
Okay, so
Which means I need
is
to make a wisdom saving.
is he covered at all?
No, it's not covered. He's not trying to hide himself. He's on a pretty open
Let's go,
field.
bump.
These pine trees that
Ooh.
Is he just kind of glowing?
7 wisdom.
you're afraid of him.
Can I hit him without moving?
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage on attack throws.
You can go ahead and take that.
Okay.
Hey, these things.
Okay,
You just
so
can't
Look at all these
towards him.
rings that we got flying out right now.
Yeah,
Must be
Seriously.
nice.
it's like a circus up in here.
okay,
We're all beauty
so
pageants.
I am going to attempt to hit him
So
twice.
stupid.
Oh, this is
I was gonna go for him, but I couldn't.
That was too bad.
That wasn't
They need some
allowed.
way.
24 to hit on the first
I
one.
was scared of him.
At disadvantage?
Yeah.
Holy
I rolled an 18 and a
shit.
16. And then I got that one. I rolled that one
Double
twice.
that one.
Second
Oh
one.
my goodness
Oh.
gracious.
Let me roll for
Great
damage
balls
for the
of
first
balls.
Jesus.
Dude, I can't not.
Burn
that
those
one
dice.
slide.
16 damage for the
I mean,
first
there's
one.
nothing you can
Okay.
do really. Konak's behind trees and.
Okay.
Wow, I guess I challenged him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did.
What?
I love you. You draw your bow back. And it flies. And before it even hits, you're like, pink! Your bowstring breaks. And
Oh,
you
God.
have this moment of like, oh, fuck. As the creature falls from the tree,
God.
lifeless. Its body impacts the ground, scorches the earth around it, and disappears.
So I took it out but broke my bone.
Oh my goodness gracious, great
Wait,
balls.
he's dead, dead?
He disappeared.
Gone. You guys take. Oh wait, no, there's still
We
one
still
out
have
there.
the- yeah,
There's
we
still one
still
out there.
have
Whoa, dude, my bad.
Does
Wow.
he disappear with
Okay.
him?
No,
Dang
the
it.
blink dog is still presently on the field. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Fen Boomtosh.
I'm going to take the honors on this one. I'm going to go ahead and swing with my flame blade. 15.
Hits. It kills it. It had 1 hit point.
Yeah! That was a 13
He had one
anyway.
left when I was beating it. Oh my god.
13, I just come on down and slash that motherfucker in half.
You bring the blade down,
Yeah.
and it impacts kind of on the left back side of it.
Yeah.
Left back side of it. And you just bring the blade through and saw, and just watch as the dog falls into 2 pieces. And you look, and there's like a small 6-foot section of sinew and muscle that is still bonded together, and you just kind of like kick it really hard, and it
Yeah.
separates.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's where.
yeah, definitely.
You have no idea how close I was to making a new character.
There's
Literally, you have no fucking idea.
Well, you could have saved.
Yeah, you didn't get save rolls.
You weren't quite there.
Dude, I swear to God, you're fine.
Are you healing? Are
You would have been
healing?
fine.
I am a healer, but I can heal myself.
Okay.
You'd have been fine, dude. No worries. Everyone will be fine as long as I don't die.
I don't think we have any true healers, actually.
You actually don't have any true
We
healers.
are like half-assed healers, guys. Just so you know.
I was
But we're a
told,
lot of half-ass healers.
I was told some other people would be taking the healing.
I'm a good supporter,
You
man.
guys breathe this massive, collective, exhausted sigh of relief.
As the goddamn gummy guy.
And looking around, the carnage, the blood, a lot of it's yours.
Thanks.
Some of it belongs to your attackers. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna walk over to the elf and see if I can.
It's gone.
He
His
disappeared.
body
Nothing.
Nothing.
gone. In a bright flash of light, his body impacted the ground. It was like a beautiful sunrise. The area where he was is scorched, but his body's gone.
Would I've ever seen, like, given my background, would I've
I'll
ever
let you
seen
all
something
make
like that?
Arcana checks. Disadvantage, 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 and disadvantage. It's an ability check. You two go. You two can
Oh,
straight roll.
3, seriously.
Oh my god, Debbie, I got the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I got 17 and a 3.
8.
What was it?
Disadvantage.
It's Arcana.
16.
And I got an 18.
Being a druid and being of elven descent yourself, you have heard of certain fey creatures that wander the forest that have like this guardianship over it, and their
Freaking sweet.
moods tend to reflect in their physical prowess. And from what you can remember, the ones that are representative of, and they tend to follow seasons, the ones that represent summer are typically an angry spirit.
We're in summer. That's cool.
I'm gonna pull my pouch out behind this tree. What time is it? It's still night.
It's getting into the later parts of the early morning, so past midnight, before sunrise.
Great.
If these are spirits, that means someone cast these or placed these upon us. I just want to let you guys all know that.
Fey
true?
creatures, they're fey
Understanding.
spirits.
So they're
Okay.
not, someone didn't give
Okay.
them to us as a gift,
They're more of like
right? Based on what fake creatures are?
more of guardians that
Right.
exist in typically the Feywild, more of a naturally occurring phenomenon.
I have the favored enemy ability with elves. Would it not work on this guy since he's different? Okay. So I'm just gonna hold my longbow out, and I'm gonna have like a single tear. I'm just gonna let out some like rain noises because I broke my bow.
Yeah, double ones. Dude, I can't let that one slide. I'm sorry.
Hey, at least I was honest, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yep.
But that bow to break, that sucks.
It still
I'm gonna try and
functions
get
in the
it fixed.
capacities that it
Does
does
it?
magically.
I mean, we
Okay,
can
okay.
attempt to
Isn't a great
repair
weapon.
it.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone here is good at that kind of stuff.
I mean, I could try with my forgery. I just have to have the materials.
Maybe we can
have
bring
horse.
it back
We have
to
a
that
horse.
professor.
Don't let me string.
I
Remember
do
that
have
professor?
hemp,
We have a
Hey!
horse.
I have hemp rope.
Not
That's true.
touching her.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
And at
You
this
can-
point, I'm gonna store it, or whoever wants to try and mess with it, and I'm gonna equip my short bow instead.
Yeah.
When we were investigating, we saw a professor who actually mended one of those drawings that somehow got stolen. Maybe we can bring it back to him and he can mend the bow.
Wait, what skill do we need? Performance?
I can help you,
Performance?
but
What are you
it's
doing?
What
gonna
would it
have
be to
another day.
repair a bow?
Okay.
But we
It's
can
gonna
figure
take a series of ability
That's good to
checks
know.
for you guys to repair it yourselves. One's gonna be survival, finding the right animal. One's gonna be nature, harvesting it, and then I would say the other ones are going probably one more dexterity to see if you can fashion it properly, and it would take a couple days because you have to cure the sinew and make sure that it is not going to snap the first time you use it.
I
gotta have
think
that spring
I
in
think
it.
if we just wait till tomorrow, I can fix it.
I'm gonna be very honest. I would like to not have. I would like to have more spell slots than I currently have now. If we're gonna be fighting a Yagigama.
It'll be okay. I can fix it tomorrow.
Yeah, we're all
We're fine.
exhausted.
We're fine.
So
Or a short rest. whatever we do.
I'm gonna take a short rest.
I would be fine with just a short rest personally.
You're gonna go at least move the hell away from here before we do a short rest.
Short rest. How many hit points of short rest?
You'll just go up and.
That's however many you want to spend.
You get a certain number of dice you can roll.
What time is it?
It's getting into the early morning.
Oh,
Dawn
shit.
isn't
It's
quite.
still morning.
Dawn isn't quite on you yet, but it's getting there.
So we did a short rest.
You guys have completed, at least at this point, one short
Okay,
rest. But
I
if you'd
will-
like to do another, we can.
Can we get further away from this area?
I would say you short rested before the fight,
Okay.
if that's helpful. If you guys want to do another short rest, you can.
I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself, and I'm gonna touch myself, and I'm gonna emit like a sound of like a church choir. Okay, so I get 11 back.
Do you need to be healed?
No, not really.
Do you need assistance?
He seriously needs assistance.
I already healed myself. I'm good.
Oh.
So then let's take a short rest.
Short rest, everybody?
We're all healing ourselves, mending our.
You guys sit back, and as you are preparing, or tending to your wounds, thinking about how to best repair your weaponry, and why a creature like this would have found you, attacked you. What's the reason? What's the purpose? You each are in your own thoughts when you hear.
Oh, is that the Yagigama?
And that's where we'll pick up
Oh,
next
jeez.
time.
Hell yeah.
Great job, guys.
That was dope.
That was a good one.
Glad you guys liked it. Welcome to the first combat encounters.
I can-
Sorry it took us so long. We're inquisitive. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check us out on our website, witnessguild.com. There you can find all the links to our Twitch page, which hopefully you're on right now, our YouTube channel, and our email. Send us your thoughts. Send us your words. Sorry about the,
Art.
gotta slow down on the
Do you
drinking.
want us to put
Art.
on
We'd
our
love to
website?
get some of your guys' artwork put up. We got the what are they? The fan artwork. What is it?
Yeah.
PH.
It's fan art.
PH.
So
That's funny.
it's nicked out. That's great.
Also, we have the unique and interesting opportunity to start naming our fans. I've been thinking about it. PH fans. Some communities have nicknames for their followers. If you guys have any suggestions,
PH
send them to us.
followers.
You can either put them in the
That
comments underneath this
sounds like
YouTube
a
video
disease.
once we post it, or send them to our email.
PH levels a lot.
If that's it, I think we're done for the night. We appreciate you guys stopping by. Have a great night. Stay safe. Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
And that's the end. Thanks, guys.